Good afternoon. After a little break, we return to Animal Crossing. So, took a little break, just to catch up on some other things. Memorial Day weekend. And yesterday was my brother's birthday. It was nice to have a little break off. Kind of got some little basic tasks done and out of the way. Out of the way for Animal Crossing. Hello there, everyone. Right now on Entrada, it's 4:38 p.m. on Thursday, May 28th, 2020. Now for today's announcements, we have a new friend on our island. Let's give a big Entrada welcome to Sterling. Sterling, on behalf of your new island family, welcome aboard. That's all for now. I hope you enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. So I've been doing a little restructuring on my island over my little break. I got 2 new villagers. Well, I got 3 new villagers because one, I couldn't find a person in time and wasn't aware houses fill the immediate next day unless you've already got somebody. Alright, got a payment for 113. Oh, and I also played the stock market a little bit, got some good deals off that. Upgraded my house slightly, as you can see. Oh, some messages from Zen. Okay, let's pick up our packages, get all that stuff checked out. So today, after we run through my, the basic little starting stuff, hunting for fossils and all that. New resident move to a plot you set up. What, gave you 1,000 miles. Yay. These don't fit my aesthetic. Figured you like them. Okay, I probably will. Hey Zen. Let's see what you sent me. An arcade combat game. Oh! Yes, I like that. Shame we can't play it like the originals, like in the original Animal Crossing. Oop, pick that up. What do we got? And what do we got here? Got... Oh! We got 2 arcade games. Oh, Street Fighter. Alright, let's go put that in. We can also show the slightly bigger house I have now. Really didn't do much redeck. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I should put my turtles back out. You see, I had to move a lot of furniture around because I bought so many turnips. I filled my entire house. Like, all of this and my back room were just covered in turnips because I bought, like, 6,000 turnips. No, it was like 6,800 turnips I had in total. Because I just went hard on the first investment. Which paid off pretty well. There we go. Oh, I don't want to show you off. Yeah, I wonder what the turtle sculpture would look like. Seems almost like not needed when you could just put them out like this, right? So yeah, this room, really not much new. Nothing really changed there. Kitchen, a little basic. I got some stuff set up. I got some knives on the wall. Was storing my oarfish here until I got CJ to visit. Maybe a big turtle? I don't know. The oarfish. Here, I'll show that, because I got that set up in my new room. I got over here. Like the oarfish, when you set up just the fish itself, it's a 2x3 space. But then look how tiny the actual sculpture is. Hey, look at that. The normal oarfish is like from here to here. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it's just a little... I got a little writing desk set up. Got my sculptures, trophies. The fish I found out of a tree. The fish on the wall. Doesn't sing, unfortunately. So yeah, when I get better furniture, I'll be setting this up a little better. Well, yeah, maybe I could upgrade my house because I have a lot of bells set up. Because I've been hunting islands. We got I've got new villagers. I just need 1 more, which is what we'll check in. We'll do today. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of magazines because I want to make a magazine stack. So I'm just gonna order. How many of those do I need again? Let me check. That's so many wait. Hold on. Housewares. Is it not in houseware? Miscellaneous? Ah, here we are. Yeah, okay, I need 6. So I gotta order 4 more. Oh, I don't want to place it, I just want to drop it. Oh, I guess I just place it fine. Okay, that's good. Whatever. Oh yeah, let's put the new arcades. Oh, God, I hate this controller. It's like it's selective. Sometimes, like some days it'll be perfectly fine. Other days, it just acts up. All right. Put you in that corner. And put you in that corner. There we go. Man, I would love to have an actual arcade machine. Not like those cheap little ones you could find in Walmart, you know, that are like, you know, just a foot tall. Or basically just, you know, cheap plastic shell around like a Pac-Man emulator. Nah, I get like an actual, like, full-on arcade machine. Oh, hey, it's that one, classic Nintendo. What's the theme? It's like in almost every Nintendo game. I feel terrible not knowing that. It's such like it's like a classic thing. Don't remember the name either. Ah. But I know people would get it. It's, you know, the classic theme that's been in so many Nintendo things. Alright, let's start gathering our stuff. I also got a ton of files. Okay. That was quick. Glad I started keeping extras. I got a lot of bugs and fossils that I've been holding on to wait for a stream to put to donate them. You know, just to get that fun little info. Oh, we got a black tulip. Oh, we got more manti. I've been collecting. Do I have enough of these orchid mantis? So I want to get some of those to make into a statue next time Flick comes over. Let me check my daily, see what those are. Oh, we got wood, fossil, fruit tree, rock, customize. Okay, all simple enough. As I'm out here, I changed up my layout on the front. I got all these spreading out flowers to get my hybrids going. Hey, Savannah. How's your day going, y'all? Lay it on me. The sky might be a bit overcast just now, but it's still sunny in my heart. Oh yeah, also I changed the flag up too. So we actually have an actual logo set up. Sky, yeah, I don't care about you, Rodney. I found out ignoring villagers don't really do anything, because the other day Phoebe was asking me, hey, I'm feeling like I should move out. And that kind of hurt, because she was the first villager, one of the first 2 you start with for me. And I've been, you know, giving her gifts and interacting with her every day. So I guess it's just random if they decide to move out on their own or not. How do you do, Bo Peep? Let's talk. Oh dear, just look at those clouds. I wonder what the weather has in store for us later. I could do that, but if I let her leave and then invite a new Phoebe over, it won't have the remembering, like, the island, because that's only if you send them off to somebody else and then get that specific villager back. I'm pretty sure. Hey Maximum, how you been, Chips? Yeah, he gave me a new nickname. It's a great day for some cross-training. I mean, maybe, you know, they'll update the, you know, they'll do like a little update so you can give villagers wallpaper and flooring so they can equip it. Because I feel like that should be easy enough to do. I mean, they put normal furniture down, it should be a very simple task to say, okay, if you give them furniture wallpaper, there's 60% chance they'll put it up on their walls or something like that. I don't know. Since I heard there's like some sort of glitch about villagers getting houses that look like other villagers or something. Not too specific on that, so it sounds like there's a bit of work for them to do still with this game, or little improvements they could add. Though with, you know, the whole situation going on with the world, who knows how those will come in. Like I was hearing a rumor that we won't get a E3 Nintendo Direct, you know, this June, because Nintendo wants to hold off on announcements because they aren't sure if they'll be able to actually ship the games out if they make an announcement, since shipping is an issue nowadays. I also heard that they have actually quite a number of games already finished and just ready to be sent out, but they can't. Which is weird. Well, I mean, that's probably why they just announced that new Paper Mario out of the blue, because, well, this is the only real thing we have ready. It's all essentially shipped already. So let's just talk about it now. Just so that way people have something to hold over in this uncertain times. Makes you wonder, though, will that Paper Mario hold up to the classics, or will it end up like those past few ones that people have said are not that great at all? Which I haven't played, so I can't really say my opinion one way or the other. You know, it's one of those things. Is it a bad game, or is it just bad Paper Mario? Because, you know, those games, you have certain ideas you want to go with. You got certain expectations. Alright, let's go through, get all the plants watered. Sort of think I need to, I should organize my trees so I don't have to make loops over the whole Alright. Okay, I do have a spare watering can. It's like, oh, do I have to run back to my house for that? And I guess that I have so many flowers. Like, one watering can kind of takes up just the daily routine of doing each one. She'll, like, understand breaking quick. I was visiting a lot of islands yesterday. As you can see, I got a good stockpile of miles. I just been gathering them up, just waiting to farm islands and tickets. I've gotten the Money Rock Island twice, so I guess that's good luck. Ooh, and speaking of Money Rocks, yeah, so I've heard there's a few special islands, though I've only gotten the Money Rock one. I really want to find that hybrid rose one, so I can get those blue roses just immediately and not have to do this whole farming process. I mean, I would still do it a little bit so I can get blue and blacks of other plants. Oh, Lyman, what's wrong? Willow has no business telling me or this about my quads. No business! Willow, you can't be starting fights when you're the new person. That makes you look like the horrible one. Oh, Bo Peep, thank you for checking in with little old me so often today. What's the latest? So I hear that Zedthori from Servanus is a friend of yours. Well, it must be nice to have a friend willing to travel all the way here just for a bit of fun. Hate to admit it, I'm a wee bit jealous, Bo Peep. Wait, okay, so Lyman was upset, but then she just doesn't recognize it at all? I thought we were gonna have a little feud here I would have to clean up. Alright, let me check. Alright, tulips. That's okay, so I got the black one. So I just pop you out and get you cloning. What about these ones? Are you orange or are you red? Hey, orange! Now I can start making purples. This Willow character just doesn't get it. They look at it. Lyman's fuming. And Willow's just over there oblivious. Can I fix this? Can I make a better Lyman? I told Willow that I weight train every day and that I enjoy the soreness. She was like, oh, what's fun about that? Can you believe it? Come on, I hope the smell of my muscle ointment makes her dizzy the next time we talk, Chips. I can't believe it. Right? It's so obvious. Muscle building and soreness go together like gyms and sweat. Well, I mean, okay, I guess cooling down is important too. Oh, that's good. I made him happy. Oh, is that it? What's that you got there? Oh, he's got a little donut. Where can we get food to hold around? I'll walk around with a little donut, get a little snack. Yeah, let's get these all watered. So I've also been starting to lay out my village a slight bit. Mostly just, you know, buildings and such. We'll show that in a second after I get over there with my plants. I've only just started these, so I haven't gotten too far because it took, you know, 3 days for them to get to the point of actually, you know, making hybrids. Okay, so that's a white hybrid there at the bottom. That's good. So there's step 1 of getting blue roses. Whoop. And then over here, what do we have? We got a yellow. Oh, wait a minute. We need white from the white and yellow. Okay. So this is the white one we want. So that's the white hybrid we want. Alright. I'm still waiting on purple from those guys. Oh, we got another red there. Alright, so I'll plant this white guy down. It's basically just my little hybrid spot over here. Oh, then we got a red spawning here. Red and yellow make orange. I know. It's not... Wait, what was I talking? Wait, silly purple. Yeah, okay. These flower farming is so complicated. Okay, red and blue made red. Okay, cool. I got hybrid red now. This guy can work on his way to make a purple. I'll just plant you right here. Get you cloned starting. Hey, let's talk to Pate. This is the worst. I'm going home. This is all your fault, Ron. Is she gonna leave? I'm so sorry. I never meant to upset you. Why did you tell me you never played Space Hammer Blaster? It made my victory feel worthless. Oh no, they're arguing over Vigia. I lost, I got frustrated. Instead of admitting defeat, I said I never played before. The truth is, I was impressed by your skills. I could barely react to any of your moves. It was... wow. Oh no. Don't do it, Ronnie. Don't give in to the gamer girl. Wow, huh? I like the sound of that. Tell you what, you can make it up to me by playing again. Wow, that felt very dramatic from them actually being on the docks and being like, oh, I want to leave. I don't want to be here anymore. Man, today all my villagers are just fighting. Yeah, he does. I mean, he is kind of comes across as a simp. He's like got that whole gamer Reddit speak because his catchphrase is "lay ham." That sounds exactly like what a Redditor would say. Like epic. It's like in the same vein as epic bacon or something. God, I thought for sure we were just gonna be gone of Pate right then. Okay, so I got one orange rose, and I got a hybrid white. So all I need is a purple that I know the genetics of from my white ones. Maybe I should buy more white seeds. Yeah, it's just spread this a little bit more. Because this has a lot of chances. Yeah, I think if I just put another line, that'll definitely get a better chance of purples going. Ooh, present. Oh, Savannah. So, Khazard, how's your campaign to get KK to notice our island going so far? Here's something else for you. That's a DIY recipe for a clothesline. Even if it doesn't work for your island promoting effort, it'll at least be a fun crafting project. Oh, nice. Oh, the other day. Oh. Okay, that didn't match the shadow at all. I forget who it was. It was either Savannah or Zucker. I was going to catch a bug, and they had that thing, you know, be like, oh, hey! They run over to me right when I go to swing the net, so instead I just smack them in the face. And then they get all upset and start walking the other direction and completely cut off that little speech going on. I was like, wow, I didn't know that could happen. Oh, a serving cart. That could go well with this. We learned that clothesline. Kinda like Rodney by the fact he looks so detestable. Kinda like Leonard in Monster Prom. He just has that look. Wait. It's raining treasure. Oh, hey. We're a restless hunter. Hey, we got enough miles for 30 tickets. We're not gonna go through 30 islands all right away. Everything. Clothesline. What does it take? Tree branches. Oh, cool. I gotta use for tree branches now. Alright, let's get these guys watered. Oh, it's starting to rain. Well, that'll save time with me watering, right? Yep, that's got the sparkle. Yep. Oh, hey. I saved it. So it doesn't stack. Alright, cool. So I don't need to work. Yeah, I could save that little water again. Oh, hey, it's Gulliver. Alright, we got my tulips watering here. What is this one? Is this one a yellow or an orange one? That was a yellow. And we got a black. But if you visit, it was still okay. Okay, so it's just rain replaces my water. Then. Wow, we're getting a lot of presents flying in. We're having a lot of stuff. I've never seen villagers fight like that either before. It's almost like the game knows I'm streaming, so it's gonna be busting out all the good stuff. Throwback hat table. It's just a giant hat. How's it a throwback, though? Is it like an old style hat? Okay, let me check. Tulips. Okay, no, I just... Okay, so yeah, just black, and then I can leave them at that. Let me dig that hole up. Look, I dug up a fossil. Alright. Oh, we already got an orange one. Guy had one going already, so we'll plant you. So you guys could start mingling and making a purple. And I'll put you over here to start cloning. And then I'll put you two down here to also start cloning. My goal is to get only blue, black, and purple flowers, because I want like a nice little night theme going. Oh, look, money. The orange hybrids can make more oranges. Yeah, but I want to also start getting purple. If I get one purple going, I can have that clone. And I got orange here that can clone too, so... And then, you know, I got all these patches to make more oranges, so I don't really need to worry about mingling having oranges start cloning, because I got farms to make those directly. Oh yeah, so I got the shop here. This is where I want to go. My plan is I'll get like a nice little path to go up. And then I'll have, you know, a shop here. I can start putting like some houses this way. You know, make a nice little row for customized, and then get a second row here. And then turn this whole big area into a plaza. Wow, none of these cloned except for this. Oh, hey! Hey, look, we got a golden rose from when you visited before. When you visited last night, Zen. So I guess I don't need them to breed. It just, if it makes anything, it'll be gold. Alright, I guess I'll keep you. Put you somewhere. Let's take this black one. See, my goal with these roses, is I want to line my fountain with them. You know, get a ring of black and then like a ring of purple around the outside. Be like a nice gradient. Oh yeah, so I moved Savannah down here. I changed her furniture up to be more zebra-like. You know, got a little, you know, birchwood. So it's got the nice little white and stripes and stuff. Those petals are 1,000 every time. Oh, gold makes... I didn't know gold roses make, are good money sellers. Yeah, you like the nice little design I got there, Zen? Nice little layout for my zebra. I know when I saw that you could customize the pillow separately from everything else, I was like, oh, I know exactly what I have to do for my zebra. You're more than welcome to rain out the rain here, y'all. Let's talk. I just love the effortless look of your vest with binoculars. I didn't mean to imply you put no effort into your style, y'all. You just wear the basics well. Yeah, I know, it fits in so well. Hopefully I did it justice. It's, the setting up patterns in this still takes a little getting used to. Like, like my flag. Getting the lines into, the wings there was a lot more difficult than it looks, because the game seems to, like it auto-decides what pieces will connect if you have a gap between them. Sometimes it'll say, okay, we'll form it like a circle around it. Other times it'll be like, okay, we'll do like 2 separate empty blobs. So it takes a lot of finicking. Oh, hey, Verb. Kneading it up on Tree of Savior. Yeah, I remember checking that game out when it first came out, because I got onto Ragnarok. For anyone who doesn't know, Tree of Savior is an MMO that is a sequel to Ragnarok Online, another older MMO. I don't know if it's like just a new game made by the old devs, or if it's actually like a sequel made by whoever currently owns it. I'm not sure on the specifics, but it's basically same vein. I remember checking that out when it first came out in the beta, and then never touched it since. How is it, Verb? How is Tree of Savior nowadays? What we got? Okay, this was the tree where I accidentally planted what I dug back up right away. I got my nice little bushes around the museum and the shop. I got my lines of trees. Got a little picnic table set up out here. So it's like you order your food, you come out and you eat. Things are really starting to come together real well. Iron garden chair is the hot item. You know that there's a lot to unpack here with that question. We got a lot of time here, Verb. Alright. New money spot. Yeah, I got 1,000 bells. Yeah, let's go, not risky, but let's go for the bigger payout. Let's bury 20,000. So we'll either get a 10k profit or a 40k profit. Either one I'm fine with. I got 1.5 million bells in my bank. A fishing boat flag. What is that? Oh, that's gonna be something I hang up in my house. There we go. Let's collect more bells. Ooh. Wait. Says I need Yankees fitted for my character. I got baseball hats the other day in Abel's shop, or at least something that kind of looked like various baseball hats. I'm assuming the logos were, you know, faked. What made me lose interest in the game was screwing up my build and getting tired of the monotony in the game. I do remember hearing that, in the fact that Tree of Savior, like Ragnarok, you have a lot of classes and then like subclasses of each class, and there's big trees, and that you could screw up. Which seems odd, because that means there's no like reroll system or like respecking. Which is interesting, a game that's so involved like that would not have a system to save you in that case. It's like, what's the one Square Enix game that's... Hold on a second. I got it on Steam. Where, what was it? There's a Square Enix game. It's like another RPG that's not Final Fantasy. It's something else. And from what I heard, the game is so in-depth and so specific with every single skill and aspect you can do. Like, there is a skill level for every single function or something along those lines. And Last Remnant. The Last Remnant is the game. And I heard that if you do not have an Excel sheet set up with all your levels pre-planned out in advance, you can very easily screw yourself and more or less soft lock your game in just the fact you will be powerless to progress any further because you just screwed yourself. Which is a very interesting design choice. Cutting out a bit for me. Oh. Hopefully that's just your connection, not my connection. Alright, just spam here with Gulliver. Came back 3 years later, so nowadays. All my items, including cosmetics. No cutting out here? Okay, so it's just verb then. All the cosmetics and skills were wiped clean, had the same level, but everything was lost, which prompted Googling. Apparently a lot of people thought the game was horrible and incomplete at the start, tons of bugs, and there are still a lot of bugs now, but it's better. Did a complete overhaul of the game's combat system. They have respec and re-roll now. Okay. Oh, well, that's better that they fixed it. Oh, good morning. Or evening. Vision's fun. Well, I don't blame you, it's cloudy out. How are you at this fine, whatever time of day it is? Say, is that my favorite landlubber, Khazard? It is! Ahoy! Good thing your head is so huge. Makes it pretty easy to identify your blurry silhouette. What do you say about my head, man? Would you like to hear about how I ended up on your beach this time? Yeah, I thought you might. There I was, battling 2 dozen sea monsters. I was holding my own, until one of them landed a devastating tickle attack. Sent me tumbling overboard. Kasploosh! Paddle, flail, burble. Next thing I know, I'm being poked back to life on this very beach. Buoy, talk about a close call. Can you believe it? Ha! That's your cue to laugh. Have you heard those before? Well, I'd love to stay and chat for several more hours, but the ocean is calling me name. Time to summon a rescue. I'll just call for help using my handy dandy, not again. My communicator is broken. This isn't handy nor dandy. Oh, sardines is all cracked and busted. Okay, we've seen this part before. Alright, so we gotta find communicator parts. And as we have found out, thanks to Zen, if you keep them and don't give them to Gulliver, they rust. And that's your main way to collect rusted parts. So I shall do that. You're gonna stay here, Gulliver. You are part of this island now. Oh yeah, so I also tested this because I had Wisp like a few nights ago, like Monday or something, and I kept his spirits overnight to see if that anything would happen with those. Nothing does. They just disappear. So it's only Gulliver's little communicator parts that actually change up overnight. Which is a very interesting thing that the game doesn't tell you about. That this is a much faster way to actually collect rusted parts, since otherwise you only get one in your recycle box. Ooh, Lyman? I got something for you. A portable radio. Oh. I thought a second you were gonna move. Oh, don't scare me like that. Got a worn out one at home. It's pretty cool. This one's yours if you want it, Chips. Oh yeah, we got some star bits because we had some falling stars last night. Let's see, back to verbs, TOS adventures. I was a cleric and wanted to build myself, so I had extreme defense and healing, so I could whittle at hundreds of opponents to death. Alright, classic AoE. Didn't turn out well. Love my rebuild now, though. The community is kind of dead. It seems to be a bit more bustling now, probably due to Corona. At some point, they lost their audience and rely heavily on the cash shop. Game is pay to win now, and PvP can either be really awful or really fun. So I hear. It's a shame that, you know, it kind of fell to a cash shop. I mean, I guess if you open... I mean, I guess only Final Fantasy XIV could really pull off the, you know, make an absolutely horrible, like absolutely terribly received MMO, but then somehow revive it into something way better and more grand. So that's a shame too, because MMOs take such an investment to be made even, which is why it, you know, all the games, all the MMOs that came out in like the 2010 range were basically reskinned Warcraft, because they were all trying to jump on the WoW hype back when that was getting big in like 2006, 2007. Wow, our inventory filled up real quick. Collect my star bit. Oh yeah, we got the flowers to sell. We'll I can put you away. We gotta find a spot for our golden rose. I guess I could keep some gold roses growing around. Here's a secret, and I secreted it. Or secreted it. Yeah, let's go with secreted it. So I made a DIY and got the stuff wrong. So I made this on accident. Man, I tell you, I'm all accidents today. I thought it smelled good, so I want to share that smell with you. I hope you make it too. Wade, aka DIYMIN. A rose wreath. Oh, I don't have this one apparently. I learned a recipe for a rose wreath. Yeah, maybe I'll check out Tree of Savior again sometime. I only played like probably an hour or so at that. I remember I was building a mage or something because I really wanted to be a cryomancer, just because I love ice magic. Oh, when I played Ragnarok online, I had no idea what I was doing, so I ended up building an assassin, and then I found... Oh, what did I upgrade to? Like a cross assassin or something? But basically, there was a skill where when you go stealth, you hide in place or you like dig underground, I guess what the visual looked like. And then you have an ability while in that mode to send a row of spikes along the ground. So I found an easy way of using that where you could go into high-level dungeons and just spam that, because since you're stealth, and stealth doesn't take any resources. Oh, it's like a little Japanese flag. I'll keep that. I thought it was going to be like a little string of flags. So you send out these row of spikes, and since you're in stealth, enemies won't detect you or retaliate. So I remember going to this high-level dungeon and just spamming it at these enemies that were like 30 levels higher than me, slowly chipping away at their health, and then, you know, waiting for my mana to restore so I could use the skills again, and just slowly chipping away, and then I would get like a third of a level off them. But I didn't do that for too long, just because it was taking just forever to do it. Oh, I already got one of you. Thanks anyway, though, Lyman. Okay, the flag we put away. My storage is full. What? What is it full of? All right. Lot of crafting stuff. Because I'm holding on to the trash. Oh yeah, and all the fossils and stuff we got. Okay, let us sell and bring some stuff over. Oh yeah, Mantis. Do I already have 4? Okay, I do, so we can sell that one. Time to upgrade my house. Yeah, I was gonna do that anyways, but I do have like 30 things to donate to the museum. Oh man, I wish it was raining here. It is so hot. Like, we just got hit with a heat wave, like, this past few days or something. Okay, so let us sell. So unload some things that will run through the rest of the island. Alright, let's see. Current build steamrolls through nearly everything. I don't know if it's because my stats from beta rolled over from current, or it's because the game is too easy. Instance dungeons are ruined for me because they're level locked. I solo once for my level with the... level locks and dungeons. That just sounds like an awful design. Wait, do you mean like you can only do it at a certain level? Or do you mean just, you know, standard, their levels don't change? So... although overworld stuff and dungeons is really fun, they're definitely a Final Fantasy element to the game, cutscenes and lore. Oh, that's nice. I was playing areas like 30 levels above to get difficulty out of it. Though I get the feeling you're supposed to be a steamroller because most difficulty out of this game for my build comes from having constant mobs sent at you. You're trying to manage it, so if you kill tons of enemies at once... So you can kill tons of enemies at once, but the hard part is overcoming the wave upon wave of armies from hell sent to stop you. Character, according to the quest line, is a messiah, so it makes sense. The game is actually fairly challenging, which is enjoyable, and the search for difficulty encourages exploration. I'll feel like in my places I'm not supposed to be in it. That actually sounds really nice. One of my favorite things to do, when I played World of Warcraft was just the soloing and just taking on things I shouldn't, but since I was a Blood Death Knight, I could just steamroll through mostly everything and just be like, haha, nothing can stop me. Because I can just self-heal just super efficiently. So yeah, maybe I'll check back into that at some point. Can only do dungeons at a certain level. I'm at level 155, so I can only do level 155 and dungeons and below. Oh, okay, so you can do dungeons if you're a higher level than them still. Okay, I thought you meant like, oh, say a dungeon, you know, an early game dungeon is set for levels 10 to 30. Once you get to level 31, you can't do that dungeon anymore. Game is built for soloing. Huh. Interesting for an MMO to be built around soloing. Or I guess in this case it'd be more of a game where you can play with others if you want. That choice is there. Alright, speaking of old MMO sequels, I was thinking of MapleStory 2 the other day, because, you know, I could probably play it because I have a modern computer now. But I heard supposedly they shut down a lot of their American server, like the Western servers, because the game actually wasn't doing as well as they expected it would have. Which is kind of funny in one way, just because, like, what, MapleStory has been around since, like, the 90s or so. So to imagine a sequel of it not doing so well is kind of interesting. But then again, it was like, I think a massive change, because it went 3D, so that's, one big change already. But to hear that's actually, like, doing so bad they're shutting down server, that's like, oof, man. Do I got white roses? No, no, dang. Okay, I don't have you, I believe. We're just filling out the catalog here. We're gonna sell these right back. Can import some roses. No, that's fine, San. I like farming and gathering them myself. Besides, who knows, maybe Leaf will show up one of these days. Like, I don't get that. Like, Timber complains about Leaf, like, so much. But I've only ever seen him once in my 3 weeks of playing. Because also, I don't mind Leaf, you know, that's where I got all my bushes from. Ooh, tiger print floor. Shame we don't have any tigers. And white paint. There's 1,000 things to upgrade your stuff with, and potions to raise your stats. So you're weak if you're basic, but you can become god tier if you're fanatic about collecting things. All upgrades actually becomes possible for you to solo stuff, though still challenging. Okay, so it's just a game, you just... You know, like any game, if you know how to play, it completely changes it up. Alright. Is Tree of Savior on Steam, or is it a separate thing? I forget. Alright, sell our stuff back. Nope, not the flag. Look at all the fine things you brought in. 5,000. I still need to put that rose somewhere. Maybe we'll put it in the front, yeah. We'll get a good spread of gold roses growing. Oop. Move around. Yeah, we'll put like, Oh wait, I got an idea. For now, we can put it behind the town hall. There we go, we'll start here. There we go, so now when you look at the flag, you got some gold roses right beneath it. Let's keep hunting for our house furniture and our bees. Or I mean our tree furniture. Yeah. So I've got a lot of houses up in the cliffs and stuff. I'm keeping houses down, you know, where you saw them around the shops for now. Until I get to the point of where I can terraform things. Ooh. And what color rose is this? I got a second patch of roses up here just for more of the hybrids. We got, ooh, an orange rose. Hey, nice. Before we get sidetracked more or forget, let's put you down with the others. There, yeah, put the orange roses by the oranges. There we are. As we're at the beach, let's check for more parts. There we are. Hey, there's 4. Okay, let's go back up to the trees. Thing called a collection log. You have to find a treasure chest for an area. Then you fill that chest with uncommon items specific to that area. Once you fill it, you turn it into the magical association, and then you get a permanent buff to your stats. So just soloing and collecting OP stuff. It's coming naturally. I can't help but feel the game is specifically oriented to that sort of play. Then again, I have heavy AoE attacks to deal with mobs. I have no idea how rogues and warriors would play through, so interested to see. And the game is huge map-wise. You're given, like, an actual, real map. Man, this game definitely sounds very in-depth. Makes you wonder, like, you know, maybe that's why it didn't do so well. It's not a casual... It doesn't sound like it's a game easy for casuals to get into. Like, unless you're already a die-hard, like, elite gamer type, you're probably not going to have a fun time with this game. Can hardly tell where things are. It's like broad drawings and decorations describing a place, but not specifying anything, with only labels as a concrete thing. Yeah, this is definitely not a game casuals would enjoy, but it sounds amazing to actually go through. Ooh, a double-sided wall clock. See, that's one thing I really enjoy with games, is just discovery. I mean, like I just said earlier, I saw the log bench had 2 customization options. The color of the logs, and then a pillow you could add, and then customize that even further. And that just blew my mind. It's like, what things in this could have 2 separate customization options. It's like just a simple thing like that is just amazing. It's like I feel like you hear about people getting burnout with games, and I don't ever find myself getting burnt out with games because I could find just an amazing sense of awe in the simplest thing. Maybe it's because, like, just growing up and playing older games for so long and not really playing newer games all that often. So I still am, you know, playing back when old games, you know, people would experiment and, you know, you'd have these crazy thing in games. So there's just always that sense of wonder and just, like, craziness. I feel like there was something I was reading about an old game I used to play, and it was something, like, I've never heard of before. Like, I just learned something new about this, like, old N64 game or something around that era. But I can't remember what it is for the life of me. I wish I could remember it. Of course, you don't even need a hard, concrete example like that. Just look at the craziness people go with on Mario 64. Like, all that insane, like, speedrunning tips and the build-up speed for 12 hours, and what else is there? The A-press stuff. You just got all these things going on. And this game is, like, 20 years old, and people are still uncovering all this, like writing math papers about it, like Panonkek, I believe his name is. That guy's, like, writes actual, like, math research papers about the stuff he finds in this game, and it's like, how can there be so much in this N64 game? I'm exploring the island, Rodney. Oh, this is Rodney's house, right? Oh yeah, Roscoe and Sterling's house are on the cliff now. I was just saying that earlier. I got them all on the cliffs. Like, that's just another thing that's just really interesting too. That you can have Mario 64. You could do the, like, you know, the hat duplication glitch that gives you the whole, you know, the whole, what is it, the hand in hat glitch that people use to duplicate bombs or stars or coins. And then you got the parallel universes, and, you know, all the speed stuff in this game can handle all of that without any issue. But then you have AAA games like Bethesda stuff, or like some of the Assassin's Creed games. Those were having issues for a while, where the game comes out and it's just horribly buggy and glitchy and unplayable at times. And it's like, how does an old game, you take these weird exploits and logic to make the game even more fun and do these insane things, but games nowadays can barely handle functioning at a normal value. Like, it's fascinating. Nintendo, wait, what was the gaming magazine you could subscribe to, have all latest news and reviews? Yeah, Nintendo Power, that was the main one. Yeah, see, look, here's Sterling. It's just a nightbird. Oh, Khazard, that was quick. Thanks to you, I decided to move to this island, and, well, here I am, scraw! A new home means a new workout plan, so get ready for it. I still have stuff to unpack, but I'll probably start my new program soon. You'd make a great workout bud, Khazard. Think about it. Let's see, there was Nintendo Power. I don't think there was anything else. I know there's a recent one that GameStop gives if you, like, subscribe to the GameStop rewards. They're like, hey, you want to upgrade to Pro? You get your big discounts, and every month you get a online magazine, or you can get it mailed to you. I know the other it wasn't really gaming, but I subscribed to the Disney Adventure magazine. And occasionally that would talk about a game now and then. But yeah, Tree Savior is on Steam. Oh, good. Maybe I'll check that. Oh. I was expecting something more edgy from this guy. He's just a typical, you know, it's not Phase Mom kind of guy. I hope you brought an umbrella for the trip back home. This rain doesn't seem like it's letting up. That's chat. So I tell there's a brand new facer out here. Nay. Just for the sake of island security, I better go give him a once-over. Could never be too careful. Great. He's the self-appointed village bodyguard now. A grunge phase. Yeah, there you go. That's a great way to describe it. Yeah, I'm happy with the new villagers I got. I'm okay with Holly now, for the time being, the sheep we got. Though I do want to replace her eventually. Yeah, once we get our 10th villager, I can start using the campsite to actually replace people so we can get rid of Pate and Rodney. I mean, Pate I don't want. Rodney might be fun to keep around just because he's got that, like, neckbeard gamer simp kind of vibe, but still, there's other villagers that I'm aware of that I want. Like Coco, that gyroid rabbit, like, that's just crazy. That's just, I mean, it's just an interesting design for one. Here's where Savannah's house used to be. She was on the cliff for so long, and now she's finally free to mingle with everyone else. Though there's the incline so everybody else can get down still. Yeah, I should have my net out so I don't get stung by bees, even though it's raining. Alright, so there should only be... Do we have all the fossils? Okay, we're missing one fossil somewhere. I mean, it's gotta be around here. This is the only spot we haven't checked yet. I still haven't seen anyone go in my bamboo grove ever. Like, they don't want to hang out over there. Oh, I guess, yeah, I can't really blame them. The only person that can access that area is Zucker. Unless someone just happens to randomly spawn in this spot when I load in. Oh, there we go. There's our last bee. Yeah, I call it wasp. I got a recipe, actually, that uses the wasp nests. I got a little beekeeper hive. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, beekeeper hive. So I actually got something that I can use those nests for, aside from just selling them. Ah, there you are. There you are. You have a little fossil. I got a few saved up, so I might make those when I... Yeah, you know, make those, put them around a garden somewhere. Alright, let's comb by the beaches. I forgot how many stars I wished to last night. I didn't see too many. I just had normal shooting stars. Oh, there we go, there's one. We'll ignore the fish for now. We got a lot more stuff to get to. But we'll get the shells. Shells are good money. Good money, and we gotta sell like 1,000 of them for that last Nook Mile achievement. And we got the fruit. We got our fruit trees growing in. I think we're gonna leave them for the time being, just so I know which tree is a fruit tree and which tree isn't. Got a nice little beach set up. Yeah, we got a little bit. Maybe we should put something on the beach, make it like a little party beach. There we go. Let's check in on Zucker. Let's see if he put up any of the stuff I gave him so far. Oh, there we go. He's got a little... Oh, I gave him a... I have a I don't know if I gave him a candy machine or not. I can't remember. Check me out. I'm doing stuff. What are you doing? Stuff? That sounds... I'm making me a bone door plate. One of the bugs in the floor whispered the DIY instructions in my ear last night while I was sleeping. Oh no, he learned stuff involving bones from bugs whispering in his ear. I don't think those were bugs. I gotta build it before I even forget what it is. Check it out. Plans for a bone door plate. I can teach you if you want. Alright. I don't need actual human bones, right? Leave it to me. I got it all scribbled down right here. So just read this. If I can make it, I bet you could do it in no time, Bloop. Well, the thing I wish they do better with Tree of Savior is have more creative quests. Thankfully, they're never too word-heavy. You're never given a paragraph of lore dropped on you. And wow. It's more like conversations with NPCs. Oh, that reminds me. I remember there was a point where... Yeah, I gotta learn the recipe first. There was a mod somebody made for Warcraft to actually do that, to add more lore to the quests and actually give them voice lines. Like, you know, these people just recorded probably hundreds of hours of voice lines for every single quest of the game. And then Blizzard shut it down because, they're saying it's like, oh, this changes how the game is played in a way we don't support for add-ons. And it's like, what? They just added a little more lore and voice lines, and you guys aren't liking that? I mean, clearly it's because they got showed up for it, Oh, I learned the bone door plate. Can't speak. All right, let's see what it takes and what it looks like. Oh, it's a dog bone. Okay. Whew, I was expecting like a big Halloween skeleton looking design. Oof, that's a relief. For a second, I thought here Sucker has been murdering people. That's why he's got a dirt floor. It's an easy way to hide the bodies. Oh, we got one weed. Let's get rid of that. All right. Collected everything. Now let's... Alright, I still got to clean out my storage a little bit here. Alright, let's go pull some things out, bring it over to Blathers. I can store my stars. Alright, I gotta make some replacement tools too. What do I need? Shovel and fishing. Shovel and net. No, watering can. Yeah, because the net I don't really use too much. So I need softwood. There we go. Nope. Softwood. There we go. Quests could be so mundane, though. I just pick up a quest given to me and complete them while doing my own thing, but not following the quest line specifically until a memorable quest. Makes me so glad there's no particular order to the main quest line. I mean, I would kind of prefer having an actual, like, quest line to follow. I mean, it's good to have just random assorted quests, but then it kind of becomes... They almost would feel fillery in a way. Kind of like what I hear about Skyrim, like, there's just a lot of random quests, but nothing really actually... Very few things story-related. Or is that just like the dungeons they talk about? I don't know. I never played too deeply into Skyrim. Even though everybody else went crazy over that. I need hardwood for the shovel. And something that always throws me off that watering cans of shovels take actual wood and not the branches like every single other tool. Oh yeah, so I got a lot of fishing bait stored up. Oh, I should have used that when CJ was in town because he buys fish for double... Well, not double, for increased value. Ah. Alright, let's get that. Pick up quests left and right. There's quests that unlock episode 2 of your arc. A quest is pretty episodic, so you don't have to follow a line to do it. It all ties to the main story that eventually unlock the next part in your arc. Oh, so it's less of like Warcraft where you go to a hub area. It's like, okay, here's quests. And then you do those, like, okay, you fished all. Now you can go over here and do the quests there. But you can't do those quests over there until you do the quests here first. It's like playing Inuyasha, where you're this group of heroes solving problems as you roam around. I've only seen a few of those, a little bit of that show, but I get the gist you're going for. I just have to hold those in my inventory for now. Okay, then. Watering can, there you are. Okay, put you in storage, put you in storage. Yeah, let's put the nests in storage, because I have a few in there already. Oh, I guess I already have a full stack. What am I looking at for... yeah, we'll just sell all the materials I got now. I think I got a few normal fossils I could take out to assess, though. Up to pocket. Oh wait, that's space. I could put away my flag. Put in storage. Oh yeah, the clock. I never saw what that was. Let me in. Where's the space? Oop. Put it over here. Hang on wall. Oh, it's just... I don't like that design at all. Occasionally run into the big bad, which for me, right, is a vampire demon femboy. He's really condescending. It doesn't... and that's just that. Interesting villain choice. Alright, we're gonna sell that clock then. So I don't like that. I don't like the design on it. I got a cooler one. Alright, and we'll take the fossil. Okay, we'll assess these, sell them off, go back, get up all the bugs and fossils we gotta donate. Let's make a few runs back and forth to Blathers. Oh yeah, we can check what's new in the Nook shop. Oh yeah, and order our new magazines. So we can build that magazine stack. What do we got here? Shattered glasses and cardboard boxes. Oh, my pockets are full. I can't take those right now. Welcome to Nook Stop. Get bonus miles every day you visit. Please select from the services. Alright, what new fence do you have? Iron and Zen. Alright, I got both of you. Alright, Nook shopping. Okay, all the clothing, skylight, stale cup. I already got you. Okay, let's get the zigzag shirt. I mean, that's basically just, I guess, like a Mexico flag shirt or something. And furniture. Where is magazine? Oh, wait, no, this is clothing. I'm stupid. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Magazine. There we go. Let's order 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now we can build a magazine stack tomorrow. Hey, let's just do a quick check on our island evaluation so far. Says we picked up all the trash when we finally got to fly. Oh, Khazard, it's great to see you. How can I help you today? What's the evaluation? So you're curious about the current image of Entrana. Right now, Entrana has a 3-star rating. Wow, I haven't even tried for that. We've built a solid reputation and come up during many a water cooler chit-chat. Allow me to read an excerpt from the feedback that I gathered. Entrana, man. Hearing about how chill it is? I'd go if I had the chance. KS. Well, there you have it. Whoa. Am I hallucinating? Or was that a feedback signed by a KS? Huh? Yeah, there it is. Very clear. KS. And the penmanship is quite striking, if I do say so myself. Could it be? Can it be? It must be. That message is from the one and only KK Slider. No, Nook, come on. It's KS, not KKS. Can't you read? Well, what? I can't believe it. We finally achieved our goal of bringing our island to the attention of the KK Slider. Not only that, but he says he's looking for an excuse to visit. Ah, shame we don't have one. But then what are we waiting for? Yes, let's offer him the chance to hold a concert on our shores. Strike while the iron is hot, they say. Hello? Do I have the pleasure of speaking with a, Mr. the KK Slider? Yes, I'm with Nook Inc., located on Entrana. You know, you think Nook wouldn't... like, with how much of a businessman Nook comes across as, you think he could easily have gotten KK Slider here before. Well, I guess maybe he wants a good image. You know, good first image. No, but he would have seen him before, right? If he's a big fan? Yeah. Yes, indeed we did. We greatly appreciate your valuable feedback. That's actually why I'm calling. If you're truly interested in visiting Mr. Slider, we would be happy to host you and your musical stylings. Yes, quite. I see. Oh my, you mean? Thank you so much. Yes, I'll be sure to mail you all the details straight away. The entire island will be looking forward to it. Thank you again. Yes, thank you. Talk to you soon. So, what did he say? He'll do the concert. That's right. KK Slider is coming here. Amazing. Congratulations, sir. He could be here as soon as tomorrow, but he has to check his schedule, of course. Khazard, can you believe it? We finally turned our goal into a reality. We'll spread news of the concert via our island broadcasting system. I do hope you'll be in attendance, Khazard. You must simply hear KK play. Yes, you must. Alright, well... My entire AC game is being a farmer escape. Yeah, pretty much. Just running around from... Oh, whoa. Whoa, what's going on here? What did I just walk into? You guys are very close. And Trana in the Rain. Sounds like a terrible folk song. Ahaha. Okay, hey, what were you and Holly doing? Your faces were pretty close there. So, I saw it happened over here. Something about you, Nay. Khazard, your hobby's crafting, ain't it? Yeah, kind of. Crafting, huh? Might not be my thing, but good for you. Tell me all about it sometime, yeah? Been looking for something new to get obsessed with, Nay. I'm really disappointed by the fact he isn't saying Nay like a horse. We're gonna have to change that at some point. Alright, so I guess, we get KK Slider tomorrow. Is that gonna be at any time in the day, or is it gonna be specifically, like, at night? Do you know, Zen? Oh, dear me, pardon me. Why, hello, Khazard. Welcome to the Atrana Museum. You know, we have a stamp rally. You've done this so many times already. I'm gonna tell you as if you did not know. Right, might there be with something I can assist you? Yes, I got... Stop it. There we go. I got a lot of fossils I collected from various islands all over. Ooh, more than one I see. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Ooh, hooray! I found something not yet part of our esteemed collection. It is magnificent indeed. Alright, let's see what we got. How many of these are new? Is the question. Not many. Diploneck, an ammonite, and a trilobite. Ooh hoo hoo! Could it be? It is! A trilobite! I never thought I laid eyes upon such a well-preserved trilobite. Dear me, why did I give you a short presentation on that topic? I am quite knowledgeable, you know. Oh, please. Wonderful! 'Tis fascinating stuff, I assure you. Now, where to begin? Trilobites were ancient and extinct before the dinosaurs ever appeared. It boggles the mind. Ooh. They were also one of the most successful classes of animal ever, existing for over 300 million years. Some 50,000 species have been identified in sizes ranging from 3 millimeters to over 2 feet. Alas, that is the very limit of my enthusiasm for them, though. They rather look too much like bugs. And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? They are also a Pokemon in Gen 1. Oh wait, no, this is the Pokemon, the Ammonite. Oh, who could it be? It's a Pokemon! Never thought I lay eyes upon such a well-preserved Ammonite. Ah, please, go ahead. Wonderful! It's fascinating stuff, I assure you. Ammonites were creatures that lived before and all the way through the age of dinosaurs. Because different species lived at different times, their shells are sometimes used as index fossils. In other words, these creatures act as markers in time, helping to identify the age of other formations. Who knows what other secrets lie hidden in those spiral shells? And there you have it. Fascinating stuff, no? I've always been more of a Kabuto fan myself. I just like Kabutops a lot better than Amistar. Alright, we got Diplo neck. Oh, could it be? It is a Diplo neck. Please, tell me what a Diplosaur is. Good old Diplodocus. What would we do without you? This stout fellow embodied all the best in dinosaurs. Those sturdy legs, that magnificent tail, and above all, that extraordinary neck. Did you know that center of gravity was such that sitting up on his hind legs was probably easy? What's more, paired with his long neck, this ability greatly increased his range for eating plants. Best of all, Diplodocus probably grew his entire life, having no adult size. Would that we were all so gifted. And that's what I have to say about that. Anywho, I'll gladly accept your donation. Oh, I wonder if I already have some of these sitting in my storage. Yeah, because I have like 4 days of fossils. A Megacerautail. Ooh, could it be? It is! A Megacerautail! I never thought I laid eyes upon such a well-preserved Megacerautail. Yes, tell me all about the Megasaurus. Ooh! I've been hoping someone would bring me a Megacerops. Wait, a Megacerops! This large fellow was a bit like our modern rhinoceros, but with 2 horns on its nose. Sadly, their small teeth restricted them to a diet of rather small, soft plants, and eventually they died out. I feel there's a valuable lesson to be had there about learning to enjoy a variety of foods. And that's what I have to say about that. Huh. That was actually very little. Is that it? Okay, it was. Alright, now we can sell everything else. Actually, what else do I have? Ophthalmo, Parasaur, right, Megalo, and Amber. Alright, what was the thing we just got? Oh, right, the fossils. Oh yeah, let me chop some wood down. Let me get my stone axe out. Let's get some wood. Now that we checked all the trees and got all the bees, we don't have anything to worry about. Oh, got a little locust hopping up behind us. Alright, so it'll probably take like 2 or so trips to donate all the other rest of our stuff. I mean, I could have done that off stream, but it's like, since I've done it so much on stream, just get that info in there. And also, I like doing the Bladder's voice. It's fun to learn. You know, you gotta make it educational. So that way... Oh wait, no. That's the opposite. I should say it's not educational, so that way YouTube can't mark the VOD as for kids. Khazard, welcome. What do you need? I want to sell. What exactly are you offering? I got a lot of stuff for you. Oop. Ooh, look, you brought a lot of things today. 30. Ooh, nice. Thank you. Come again. Let me grab my cabinet. Let's just buy a tree. So we can get that little daily out of the way. Oh yeah, let me check my turnip prices. I mean, I had a small spike this week, so I already maxed out. But I think today would be the last day of actually good prices. Oh, never mind. He's dropped from 155 to 50. Oh yeah, probably this morning would have been the last bit of high prices. Oh yeah, there's sort of a meta difficulty level applied to Tree of Savior 2 years ago. A guy hacked and spawned tons of money and intentionally inflated the economy. The game never recovered. Oh, kind of sounds like RuneScape. Someone... I think they, Jagex attempted to roll back, but I remember there was some point where something about a guy duped a lot of party hats. Oh wait, no, that's what it was. I think the blue party hat isn't actually part of the original game, like it wasn't you could get from the crackers. Some dude hacked the game and generated the blue party hat somehow. And Jagex just never took him out of the game. Was it blue or was it purple? I can't remember. It's one of the party hats in RuneScape essentially was hacked in, and they just never removed it. So it's just rare now, because I know the blue one is at the max possible gold cap. Like the maximum amount of money you can hold in-game in RuneScape, that's what the blue party has worth. So I think it's that one. Ultimate rare, yeah, because there's literally no way to get it. They're the only ones that exist. It's not like, oh, somebody held onto a party cracker for, 15 years. No, whatever this guy hacked to the game, that's what exists, and that's it. It's kind of like how some guy managed to hack like a potato in RuneScape, because I guess the J mods, to use the J mod powers in game, they have this Jagex potato item, and like this wasn't even a hack. Some J mod just accidentally dropped it, and a dude picked it up before the J mod realized. And this guy just had J mod powers for like an hour before they realized it, and like kicked him out of the game so they could edit his inventory to remove it. Was like, dude, how do you do that? Like, at least with Blizzard, the GMs have a specific account they use that have the GM powers. Be so hyped if something like the Falador Massacre happened in Tree of Savior. The game needs more free roam PvP. See, the thing about World of Warcraft World PvP is that was also just a complete accident. Like, that wasn't set up by Blizzard at all. That was just the design of the game. It just happened to be that way. Because I noticed they tried to have made open world PvP happen. Oh, I got two of these. Like, with... I don't know if they did in Legion, but I know with Battle for Azeroth, their current expansion, they've tried to, set up those battle zones and war zones and stuff. And maybe they tried doing it in Legion and other expansions, but they've been trying to make force world PvP to be a thing by basic, because it seems like every expansion they always make a PvP zone. Like in Wrath of the Lich King, there was Wintergrasp. With Burning Crusade, there was those towers in what was the place? It was around it's the zone Shatra is in. They're around that one area that's got all those dungeons. That's the Draenei Graveyard area. I forget. It was basically PvP to take over those to have control. Or in Nagrand there was a PvP area there. You had to control this one city spot so that way you could get vendors for certain gear. In Cataclysm you had Talador was the Nagrand one. Oh yeah, it was Ashran in Cataclysm. But all these were basically set up as either one specific spot you compete over, or with Ashran and Wintergrasp, it was essentially a battleground that just happened to be in the open world. You had to queue up for it. Like if you walked in the area when a battle was going on, it would be, hey, you gotta queue up for this, otherwise we're gonna kick you out. Do you want to queue? So it was essentially a battleground you could happen to walk into. And of course, always, if you won, you got like a bunch of daily quests you could have access to and stuff like that. But then after Cataclysm, I think with what was after Cataclysm? Not Battle for Azeroth. Warlords of Draenor, yeah. With that, I think they tried pushing world PvP by setting up those still PvP zone stuff. But oh no, it's open world. You can fight anywhere you want. You could do all this stuff, but it's like, no, oh wait, no. Battle for Warlords of Draenor had something like Ashran set up instead. I forget what it was called, but it was again another thing you had to queue up for and go to a separate zone, this island for it. But yeah, they tried setting up world PvP, but attaching things to it, like, oh, you can fight anywhere, but we have all these special rewards and these certain aspects to go to it, like with the battlegrounds and Battle for Azeroth right now. You know, it's like, oh, all of Darkshore you could fight it. It's a PvP zone because the Horde and Alliance are fighting because Sylvanas burned down the World Tree. So, you know, the Night Elves are rallying against the Forsaken forces there. But they got, like, you know, it's like you can only fight in specific areas or for certain times. And also when one side doesn't have enough people, they give a bonus, you know, stat bonus and currency bonus to the people that have less. So that it becomes some realms are just dominated and will only do it when they're losing. So that way they get the better rewards for it. So it's just this whole, you know, it's like they're kind of missing the point. World PvP happened because, you know, you had Terran Mill and not Darkshore. Nah, I forget the name of it, but you know, they were just, you know, hubs, a hub for the Alliance and a hub for the Horde, like right next to each other. This is a great image, the edgy Dark Horse with his pitch black umbrella walking among the black roses. He's gonna love it here when I start getting this place styled. But you know, you had like a Alliance hub and a Horde hub in the higher level zones right next to each other. So of course, fights are gonna happen because, you know, you're passing by each other, you're gonna start fighting because you had that Horde and Alliance mentality. And then of course, you know, you're getting fought, so you're like, oh god, they're killing us, and they're making it hard to get to the hub zone. Quick, guildmates, come over here and help me. And then the other side would be like, oh, they're getting forces, okay, my guildmates help me. And then it just spiral out of control like that. It was spontaneous. And then that's what I think Blizzard keeps missing in trying to set world PvP. They're trying to set rewards and specifications to what used to be a spontaneous event. I don't think they could ever catch it again. I don't think they could catch on to that again. Like, making Classic WoW is probably the closest just because you're just putting out the old game and you're not touching it. By my beak, what you have here is an Anomalocaris. Anomalocaris lived in the water long before the dinosaurs and are known for their distinctive look. Flat bodies over 3 feet in length, bulging eyes like a dragonfly, antennae like a shrimp's tail. They look so peculiar that people originally thought they were multiple fossils stacked up on top of each other. As a delightful side note, Anomalocaris means abnormal shrimp. Obviously, this animal has a certain reputation in the scientific community. My feathers, I can't help but get carried away. Ah, interesting. We're gonna have to look at that after I give the fossil. It's always better when it's personal incentives causing the PvP. Yeah. I mean, when I played on a PvP... when I played on a PvP realm, it was... I moved off before I got max level because all my friends moved off it too. So I never really got too much in the world PvP aside from getting ganked or ganking other people. Yeah, camping. Yeah, camping's always the fun. Oh. I've PvP'd in... I can't remember. Was it RuneScape or was it a very short time in another MMO? But yeah, just PvP for the sake of PvP, I feel, is what makes it fun. But then, of course, you got people complaining of like, oh, these guys are camping me, Blizzard. Yeah, oh, yeah, that was when Classic WoW came out. People were complaining like, oh, Blizzard, I'm getting camped in Classic WoW. You know, oh, come on, you gotta fix this. You gotta put in some fix to make people stop camping me. And then other people would be like, dude, this is how the classic game was. This is how MMOs were back in the day. If you played on a PvP realm, you're gonna get ganked at one point, sooner or later. It's an inevitability. And people are like, yo, it shouldn't be. It's toxic. You can't do that. It's not fun. And then it's like, dude, you rolled on a PvP realm. You're aware PvP is available anywhere. You can't complain about that. Move off to a different realm or just play a different character. Or when you actually play World of Warcraft, you could just either res at the graveyard or just corpse hop until you get away from the person. You're not stuck in one spot, trapped in a cage, waiting for this person to kill you over and over again. You can res like 15 yards away from your corpse so you can have a distance to go away from them. Like, honestly, if you complain about getting camped in World of Warcraft, of all games, it's your fault. You are letting them camp you because you are not understanding the revival options available to you. Yeah, I know, using the word toxic. I hate that term just because people use it. Like, it's like even trolling. People just use it. Oh, someone said a mean thing to me. Oh, they're trolling. It's like, no, that's not trolling. That's just a person being kind of a douche. Or toxic. No, I hate it. It's like anybody, people throw the word onto any sort of slight disagreement or annoyance on it. It's like, oh, it's so toxic. It's like, can you word your argument better? Just saying toxic doesn't help anything. It just makes you look weak. Makes you look like you can't handle disagreements. Man, see, I need to play Dead by Daylight again because I saw they're gonna be adding Pyramid Head in June, and that's making me want to play it again. Because I remember the salt you can get in Dead by Daylight is so good. I want to get that again. I don't know how much I could do that on stream though, because the best way to farm salt was to camp people, and that would make for kind of a unfun stream when you could only see my perspective. Of course, then again, it's been like 3 years since I played, so I don't know if you can even camp people now. Who knows? They probably have so many perks for survivors. Like, I know they added a thing when they added Bill from Left 4 Dead and Dead by Daylight, where you can run up and unhook a person, and you can take one hit and not get knocked down. So it's basically the anti-camping perk. Of course, even still, that wouldn't stop if you were stupid, and because the killer could hit you, and then, okay, I'll just hit you again, and then you'll drop because your protection only has one free hit. Alright, let's focus back on the donations before we start getting sidetracked on wonderful salt farms in various games. Ah, yes, Archelon. It was sort of a huge sea turtle. The largest thus far found, if you want to know. They were very sizable, some 13 feet long, with a shell the size of a small car, if you're into that sort of thing. They likely ate seaweed, shrimp, octopi, and possibly ammonites, given the era involved. It seems certain giant turtles had to be prima donnas and eat some of the oldest life forms on Earth. My feathers, I can't help but get carried away when they're up for discussion. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yes, we got much to learn, Blathers. Dimetriodon. By my beak, what you have here is a Dimetrodon torso. Ah, yes, Dimetrodon. Not exactly a dinosaur, despite what some people may tell you. This reptile, not a dinosaur, is most famous for the large sail-like organ on its back. Said organ is likely useful in regulating its non-dinosaur body temperature. Reptiles are known to be cold-blooded, and there was some debate as whether dinosaurs were too. Dimetrodon assuredly was, though. Would really like us to get together as a group, pick a game, include together to farm salt. Ah, that would be fun. Ah, RuneScape. Ah, yeah, RuneScape is too expected. I don't know. It depends. Well, I mean, first we would have to question RuneScape 3 or RuneScape or old school RuneScape, just because I feel like the camp you could do in either of those would vary wildly. Of course, we would also have to all like grind up quite a bit to be high level enough to camp. Camping RuneScape, that reminds me of this GIF I saw. Again, I think because RuneScape 3, the current modern RuneScape, removed random events a while back. I mean, they removed some that were like disruptive because they got rid of stuff like, when you're mining, a golem will pop up. Or if you're wood cutting, the tree will turn into an evil ent and attack you because, this messes up my grinding. This random event pops up. I can't just mindlessly sit there and grind. Or I can't. Or I have a macro or a bot set up, and then this interrupts it. I don't like that. Or also, you'll be mining with a pick or an axe, swinging with an axe, and the head will pop off. So you have to go pick it up, put it back together. They got rid of all those because complaints. And then I think they just got rid of random events entirely just because people found it too disruptive. I don't remember. if they got rid of all of them entirely. Maybe they still have like the Sandwich Lady and Bob the Cat and stuff like that. But there's this GIF I saw. This guy's walking in the wilderness, following a dude, and then the dude turns around, and then all of a sudden, like a literal million random events pop up. And you see all these people start scattering from the one spot the guy who turned around was. Because it turns out this was a guild that was, luring somebody out to, just have like, 100 people jump this guy and immediately kill him. The way RuneScape generated random events at that time was by tile, not by character. So one person on that tile had a random event spawn. And since it's by tile, every single person on that tile had a random event. So that's why you just see 100 random event NPCs spawn up. Just like all these Sandwich Ladies and Bob the Cats and Genies and Mysterious Old Men, and all the people are scattering because they're like, oh my god, which one's mine? What's going to happen? And it's just crazy. It's like, that's the kind of stuff you should have in MMO. It's just like, you don't get rid of random events where you can have stuff like that. What you have here is the Diplo tail tip. Good old Diplodocus. What would we do without you? Oh, yeah, we just heard about this guy. You can ignore that. Still play RuneScape occasionally? I haven't played RuneScape in a few years now. The other night, actually, I was going on a deep dive on RuneScape lore. Because for my town flag here, I wanted to... Because, my island is in Trana, like the island from RuneScape. And I was going to make my flag the armadillo symbol. Yeah, the armadillo god symbol. So I went to look up what, his symbol looked like. I got 3 tail tips? So I went to look up what his symbol looked like just so I had a reference. Because I know it was, just basically like a V with some wings on it. For the most part. And then I end up just going into a deep dive of RuneScape lore and reading to the gods and just the storylines they had set up and stuff. And I'll say, even though RuneScape 3 probably isn't the greatest game now, I just love how deep the lore got for it and all that. It's just like reading about, all the gods and how that progressed and how they have the ancient gods and how the Dragon Kid and the Sword of Joss went and how Zeros is probably one of my favorite things. Because I remember back in, when was the quest added when they finally brought Zeros back into the game? 2011, I think. No, not 2011. It had to be like 2009 or 2010, because I remember this was high school. Or maybe that's when they were hinting at it. Maybe it was 2010, 2011. But for the longest time in RuneScape, Zeros was, this enigma. He was, the empty lord. This old god that was banished away. The leader of the Mahajarat. Like, his kingdom was in the wilderness. He was, leader of demons and stuff. And then Zamorak betrayed him and stole his powers to become a god. So everybody, then when they started hinting that Zeros was going to come back. Oh, I know he was in the underground quest, but I meant the quest when they actually brought him back into the game. Like he revived himself. It wasn't just this hollow spirit only talked about. When they started hinting he was going to come back to the game, I remember everybody thinking he was going to be this super edgelord, just pure, nothing personnel kid. Something that'll make Sasuke look like, Teletubby tier kind of edge. And think he was going to be the coolest dude ever. And then when Zeros comes out, and when you start learning about him, it turns out Zeros is just a super chill guy in the line of Guthix that he doesn't want gods to interfere with mortals. Like, a lot of Zeros' intent is, he just wants the gods to stay out of the mortals' business, like Guthix. But he's not going to be completely hands-off, like how Guthix was, eject every god and put up a wall. Boom, no more gods on Glenor, the RuneScape world. You're all out because you all suck. Zeros is basically... Okay, I'm kind of the same thing. I want all the gods out to leave the mortals alone, but I'm going to work in the shadows so that way they reach their high potential. Basically, Zeros was kind of humanity fuck yeah sort of perspective. And I was like, wow, that's great. Everybody thought he was going to be super edgy, but no, he turns out to be super chill, bro. It's like, man, I want you to be the best you. Don't listen to the gods. They're just manipulating you. You be you. I'll help you out. I'll give you the tools, but you gotta do it on your own. Yeah, how Guthix ended the war. That I just love that too. Like Guthix woke up because all the gods were fighting. He just wakes up and is like, "Guys, what are you doing? I didn't want gods here. Y'all are idiots." Just banishes everybody like with a wave of his wrist, and then sets up a barrier no one can get through. And of course, then, oh god, Verb, you should really look into the story that progressed with RuneScape 3. Yeah, it is a great direction for Zeros, because, I mean, the best thing, too, is, like, when Zeros was getting resurrected, Zamorak just lost his mind. He was acting like, you know, like this scared little toddler of, like, oh, God, Zeros is coming back. Oh, God, because he knows Zeros could wreck him easily, even though he stole his power, because he only was able to do that with the Staff of Armadyl. Because, like, wait, there's a quest, too, that shows that event, that shows how Zamorak defeated Zeros, and it's purely by accident that Zamorak won that fight. Zeros had him beat, and then there just happened to be a slip that the staff stabbed Zeros, and the Staff of Armadyl transfers power. So it pulled Zeros' power into Zamorak, and that's how Zamorak became a god, and Zeros had to banish himself away into the Shadow Realm to recover for so long. So it's purely by accident, and Zamorak is just losing his shit over Zeros coming back because he knows he's going to get wrecked if Zeros felt like it. But Zeros doesn't even do it. He's like, you know what? I'm past that, man. I don't need to deal with that. Because, like, Zeros knows he can just deal with Zamorak so easily. He just doesn't bother because he knows Zamorak can't do anything. The god lore they have when you read into it is just so great. Believe in the me that believes in you, quote Zeros. Yeah, essentially that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, I would say look into the lore and the storyline, because they get real, like Sliske, the Mahajrat who made the Barrow Brothers, he becomes a big player. I'm not gonna spoil anything he does. I'm just gonna say all the Mahajrat they bring up, like, they all come back to the story. Like, they actually go really deep into all this deep lore they've been having for so long. They actually start bringing it up and going into it, and I really enjoy that. You know, it's not like World of Warcraft, where all these plot threads get dropped. No, all of these old threads are getting brought up in RuneScape, and it's great. It's amazing. The sad thing, though, is just RuneScape 3's combat, that they made it like every other MMO. That's just the most disappointing thing I'll say. Because I never got too deep in PvP in RuneScape. My brother did when he played, and he started to get back into it again. But just, you know, watching the PvP and how so much of it evolves around swapping your armor, changing your armor before the next weapon swing tick, so that way you get the stats of attack armor, then switching it back to defense before your opponent does their weapon swing tick. So it's just a constant game of swapping your armor and stats like every 2 or 3 seconds in order to like maximize damage and maximize defense at the perfect opportunities. It's like when you watch it, like RuneScape combat back then was the pure, like a very distilled way of easy to get into, like a very low skill floor to play because you could just throw out armor and play, but a massive skill ceiling to get good at, from just knowing how to swap around and trying to predict how your enemy's gonna play and knowing placements of, like, you know, just moving like around like a tree or a rock, so that way it throws off the opponent's melee tick if they have a melee weapon out. So that way they have to take the time to run to you, and it resets their tick timer. So that way it gives you time to hit them first. It's stuff like that. And then RuneScape 3, when they did their evolution combat to change it, they go basic action bar like every single other MMO out there, like typical World of Warcraft format setup. I mean, yeah, there's a thing about it that you use abilities to build up adrenaline, because you can only use certain abilities with high adrenaline, and then you got abilities that spends it. And it's like, well, this is just every other MMO. You know, everything's on a cooldown. You got an action bar, and you build up a resource and then spend the resource. It's like everything else. It's boring. And then every class too has some sort of distance closer. You know, melee's got a charge, mages have a blink, and rangers have a disengage, where they jump back. So it's like that removes the point of spells like Snare or Ice Magic or stuff like that. It's boring. Yeah, RuneScape PvP is actually 4D chess and just trying to it just setting up your stuff between these ticks before your opponent can. Oh yeah, and even eating. Because the thing too is like, when you eat, you can actually drop down to 0 health, but if you are in the middle of an eating animation while doing that, you will not die because the game will calculate the heal, pushing you back above 0 before it would calculate the death. Before it will calculate you being at 0 health to kill you. So there was a, like, I was watching my brother PvP once, and it's based in one of the games they had, because old school RuneScape has added quite a few different PvP games. And it's basically like you don't constantly keep yourself at full health. No, you keep yourself low so you can manage like shark eating. Yeah, because I remember seeing that. Like if you drop to 0, you can actually eat, a shark or a certain. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The big brain tactic for a long time. There was items you could get from the clue scrolls. For people that don't know, when you play RuneScape, there's a chance to get a clue scroll when doing anything, like when you kill an enemy or certain skills. And it's basically a scavenger hunt. Like it's like, I'll have a riddle telling you a location to check, or it'll be a map, like a very, very simplified map, so you have to find where it is. Yeah, and there's an item you could get that's candy, little purple candies that stack. They heal 1 health and restore like 15 run energy. The big brain tactic would be getting a stack of 99 candy. So that way, if you drop to 0 health, you could click on the candy to heal 1 HP, so that way that will calculate before the death tick. So that way you would stay alive essentially forever until you ran out of candy, so you could outlive anyone else who didn't have candy, just had normal food. That was a tactic for the longest time until they fixed it so candy didn't stack or it didn't heal anymore. Like, think about that. That's like that kind of stuff. Like, those mechanics in a game is, like, amazing, just, like, working around that. Obviously, it feels like they did have to change it, because otherwise everybody's just going to work on candy, and that's going to be the only thing you use for PvP. But just that thing, it's like, oh, I dead? Nope. No, I didn't. I ate 1 piece of candy before the game realized I died. It's only 2 people. Come on, Verb, cut me some slack. I like to assume there's more people watching. I have to act as if there's a wider crowd. Alright, let's get back to our fossils. Ah, yes, the Plesiosaurus is a classic of the ancient reptile world. That long, graceful neck, that wee little head, and the plump turtle-like body making for some striking silhouettes. Incidentally, the name Saurus name wasn't actually a dinosaur. Common error, eh, what? But they surely were a majestic sight, swimming in those ancient seas like a long-necked rubber ducky. Preparing for the future? Yep, gotta act like you have the crowd, so that way you can draw a crowd. My feathers, I can't help but get carried away with fossils up for discussion. Because it's like they say, always act like you have an audience, otherwise you'll never actually pull in the audience. Because I will say it is very true. There's a lot of streamers you check in on, and they're either dead silent or they have a webcam and they're not doing anything. And I have to say, that's, I mean, first of all, I just don't like webcam streamers, but it's like, if you're just sitting there dead silent, just staring at your screen blankly, it's not really going to help make people want to stick around. You could carry an so it wasn't just 99, it was infinite candy. So one stat, what would that be? I think, if I'm remembering gold right, that would be, what, 2.3 billion or something, roughly? So yeah, it's true to Earth wisdom. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Verb. Pachycephalosaurus was, to be blunt, not the brightest star of the dinosaur firmament. What I mean is, with this incredibly thick skull, some 10 inches thick in spots, it didn't really have much room for, for brains. Its brain was likely quite small. But at least it was safe, and at least it was extremely safe in its bony prison. Yeah, I'm on a Discord group about, for Twitch streamers to be in, and you see a lot of people throw down advice, but not a lot of people follow it, or, follow what they say. I mean, at least I could say, at the very least, I can ramble quite a lot. So I don't... No, we just learned about the Patchy. I didn't know I had two of those. I mean, it's like, just as long as you're saying something, That's what they say, don't have dead air, just be saying something. I feel like I could ramble along about topics for a long time. I mean, I could go on for, if we went deep into the RuneScape lore, I could probably go on for hours about that. What you have here is an Apothalamo skull. The adorable Apollothalamosaurus, the cutest of all the ichthyosaurs. What makes a large sea-dwelling reptile cute, you may ask? I shall tell you, the eyes. Ophthalmosaurus' name means eye lizard. His face was quite dominated by those large great orbs. Besides their cultifying effect, these eyes gave the creature great vision, making it a very successful hunter. And no doubt because its big doe eyes lulled prey into a false sense of security. Like, I remember back in high school, in my computer classes, when I would have a project finished ahead of time, or if I was just bored, I would end up, I would just spend the class going on the RuneScape wiki and just reading about the lore, because that was when I was really deep into RuneScape. Because there's just so much about it, there's just so many good things. Like, I think that's the best... Well, I mean, before, what RuneScape had over other MMOs was the combat, but, we just talked about that and they changed it. But the other thing is the story, because they put in a new quest at least once a month, if not 2 a month. So they're always expanding on the story, and there's always, new stuff to do frequently. And that's like one of its strong points. I mean, sometimes it's not that great, sometimes they just put in a little quest, just to fill space. You could glance over the lore pretty easy while playing a game too. Yeah, that too. It's like, you could just play it and be like, okay, yeah, there's Saradomin, Guthix, Zamorak, Armadillo, Band, basic gods. But then when you read into it, there's just like all this stuff that you realize has been set up for the longest time. And that they finally build on. Like, I think it was only 2018 they finally finished that the vampire quest chain in Mortania. Like, they finally hit an endpoint for that and finally wrapped up that whole deal. And then I think the pirate quest line with like those guys and the zombies, that's still going on too. They're still adding on to that. Like, these long running quest chains and lore. It's great. The Milokuminaga is said to be one of the oldest fish-like animals. It lived well before the dinosaurs. It was about an inch long and seems to have no lower jaw. It is awe-inspiring imagining such ancient life. There's much we still don't know. We may yet discover even older organisms with even fewer jaws. Oh yeah, and they just added archaeology too to RuneScape as a new skill. So that's even more lore you could like unearth literally there. I mean, it's archaeology. You're literally digging it up. I bet they got sailing too, and that's even more. I think that's lore. There's lore in that too that you can find. So the approach I really appreciate makes it feel more immersive. Like a pond with the depth of the ocean. I feel like there isn't much to it. But if you bother to look, you can see a ton of moving actors to do things in game. I'd like more MMOs to do this. Yeah, I'd like that too. Because you see the thing with... I mean, you can see this a lot more, especially with modern day Blizzard, with their recent expansions. Like, just for example, when Legion started, the whole thing with Legion was, Burning Crusade is finally coming to Azeroth, so everybody has to unite to fight them. So you got the Alliance Horde working together again. A common criticism, people say that, we're supposed to be fighting, but we keep working together every expansion. At the start of it, in the pre-launch event, Jaina who used to be supporting peace between Alliance and Horde, and then, turn against that when Garrosh bombed her home of Theramore with a mana nuke. And she just tries like, okay, you know what? No one in the Horde is redeemable. Screw the Horde. They should all die. We can't have that. In Legion, when there's talking about, okay, guys, we need to work together. The Burning Crusade is a horrible threat. We gotta unite to stop it. Jaina was like, really? Now you're saying we gotta unite after everything? And when they showed they can't be trusted after what I was trying my whole life to get them to work, and then still they churn on us? No, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm peacing out, and she teleports away from the Alliance. So you think the whole expansion she's gonna be building up like, she's talking about she has big plans. She's got this staff of the Thunder King, this ancient troll god. So she's got this immense power. She kicks all the Blood Elves out of Dalaran to take over Alliance only. Nothing happens the entire expansion. A 1.5 year long expansion. Jaina, she never comes up again after that start pre-launch event, despite Blizzard setting up this huge thing. And then in Battle for Azeroth, she comes back. She's got her dad's boat that's like a ghost boat now, and we just ignore the fact that she had a tirade against the Horde. None of that comes up again. And I think that's RuneScape probably has the advantage in that they could just put out a new thing every month, so that way there's no crunch time. Because Warcraft, they have to build up the expansion. They gotta set up. Okay, we gotta set up this whole zone we got for the expansion. We gotta set up all these assets. We gotta push this out because we're in this 1.5 year expansion cycle, constantly pumping them out. And they don't need to do it every 1.5 years. They can push it. Yeah, they just swept it all under the rug. She does still hate the Horde, but this whole thing that sounded like she had this big plan that she was going to show them all, working with the Horde is a good idea. I'll show you all. I'll show you all what's going to happen when you work with these guys. No, nothing comes of it. And there's been so many things that just get dropped every expansion. Whether it be assets, like in Wrath of the Lich King, they were going to have raids based on the Nerubians. But, they're like, okay, we don't... we'll just turn it into one dungeon, put Anubarak in the Trial of Crusader raid at the end. He's just... At the end of the whole Gladiator raid, Anubarak breaks in, and there's this big web bug nest underneath the stadium. And, it's like, okay, we lost a whole cool zone. In Warlords of Azeroth, we were going to have each city have their own hub city. No, that's swept under the rug. We couldn't make assets. None of that happens. You just have your barracks. Shatra, the original Shatra, taken over by demons now. Quest chains building up. We're going to siege the city and take it back for the Draenei and, fight these demons. It's going to be an endgame raid. Never happened. We only get 2 raids. We only get 2 raid tiers that expansion. We just ignore Shatra happening. Because they keep pushing it, because they got the year-long cycle, so they have to spend like 1.5 years making the base form of the expansion, that by the time they finish it and release it, they have to have the A team be like, okay guys, you gotta work on the next expansion, you gotta start getting that infrastructure going, while the B team works on setting up the new raids and stuff for the current expansion to keep that going. But then every expansion, you have a year, the last patch ends up dragging on for a year, and everybody gets bored with the game because they're doing the same raid for a year, or they're doing the same little extra gimmick they added for a year. And then the new expansion comes out, everybody jumps on, plays it like, oh my god, this is great, and then the same thing happens. It just becomes you repeat the same thing for way too long because they keep pushing these expansions out way too quick. You think if they just put it, okay, we'll do an expansion every 2.5 years, you could have more time to put in the things they want to do and maybe put in more content. But nope. Every time they screw up at the end. When they used to release the sub numbers, you could see it. Release of an expansion, the numbers skyrocket, and then it's a constant downturn the rest of the expansion. Like, it's always goes down. For my time playing on a modded server with GMM powers, there's a ton of unfinished stuff in WoW that are set in separate instances. Yeah, there's so much. take their time doing something as gripping as Vanilla WoW was. Remember the Emerald Dream? Oh yeah, I remember. I never played original Vanilla WoW. I played a little bit of the new classic, but yeah, I remember the Emerald Dream was like a separate zone that you could get into instanced, but they never did anything with it. Oh wait, no, correction. They did add in Legion a zone where you touched on the Emerald Dream a bit because it was like the Druid zone, and they bring Ysera back. She gets they bring Ysera back after they deal with all the dragons, and then she immediately dies in a stupid sacrifice. And okay, great, she's gone now. And then you have a raid that I think you go into a corrupted section of the Emerald Dream, but you just fight you fight the one satyr guy that's like been corrupting the Emerald Dream for a while, and then a few other random demons and stuff, and then a zombie Ysera. It was just like such a disappointment. Ah, man. So much unfinished. That's probably why Vanilla WoW was so gripping, is because they probably spent 3 years developing that game, because it was the first thing for World of Warcraft. They spent a long time setting up that game, but then not a lot of time setting up every other expansion. Oh yeah, because I looked into this because I was curious once. Blizzard got bought by Activision. They became Activision Blizzard during Burning Crusade. That's why every expansion since then has felt like this pushed, like it's got pushed out, and there's all this cut content, because this Activision, those big wigs are the ones saying, okay, every year and a half you gotta have a new game. It's like Call of Duty. Every year we gotta have something. We gotta have something new. Gotta bring in the money. So they actually have a part of the Emerald Dream you can go to now. There's a raid that's part of the Emerald Dream, I believe, you can go into, but it's all corrupted. It doesn't really look like the Emerald Dream. It's kind of a letdown. Let me just double check this, because I know there's a zone in Legion that's like, oh, this is where all the druids stay, back in the day and stuff. Okay, Emerald Dream. Legion. Okay, the Emerald Dream is entered by the adventurers in order to defeat Xavius, who has been resurrected and re-allied with the Burning Legion. The Emerald Nightmare has returned in full force and corrupted much of the dream once again. Druids of the Sonari Circle gain access to the Emerald Dreamway, through which they can traverse Azeroth. Okay, so basically, druids can just use it to get around the world, and the Emerald Dream is a raid. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, so it's kind of a letdown, because they never touch on the dream itself. It's just, oh, the Emerald Nightmare's back. We gotta go fight it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Excuse me. A lot of the threat that was built up in the Emerald Dream, like the 4 world dragons in Classic WoW, they're corrupted from the Emerald Nightmare, and you gotta fight them because they're getting out and spreading the corruption. All that stuff was dealt with in a book. It's not even in game. It's like, oh, there's a novel where the Emerald Nightmare is dealt with, and they have that whole conflict happen. Because that's another downside that happens with a lot of Warcraft stuff, is it gets dealt with in a novel. It's like they build up this, threat or hint at this big thing in the game, and it's like, oh, no, if you want to know about that, just read the novel. That's where we dealt with it. Or like a character comes in the game and they're a big person and just out of nowhere, and it's like, oh yeah, we set them up in the novel. You read that if you want to know who this guy is. That's now a major part of, this zone. Honestly, splitting up media like that it never works out. Like, I remember that was a thing with Final Fantasy 15. I think they broke the whole intro segment that the game was going to have to put into a movie. So it's like, if you want to know what the setup of the whole story is, you have to watch this movie before playing the game. I mean, you can get away without it, but it gives you a lot of information that clears certain things up. WoW's dead. Yeah, it's been dead for a while creatively, which is ironic because this new expansion they're coming, Shadowlands, is basically the whole thing is focused in the afterlife, because it's all split up into these certain things. Oh god, yeah, that's gonna be a disaster. Because since we're going to the afterlife, we're gonna see all of these, all the classic WoW characters that we've had and beloved for so long, but the dead, and now we have the modern WoW team handling them. It's not gonna be good. I mean, it might be interesting. Like, I think it turns out that like one section of the underworld of the afterlife for Warcraft Shadowlands setup is called Bastion, and it's set up to be a like this is where the honorable, valiant spirits go, like paladins and stuff. People that were champions of good and of the light, and were like paragons of good. They were like the best people. They go there. And what happens with the spirits that go to Bastion is they fight. They end up going through trials to cleanse their spirit and wash away doubts and negativity, and essentially get rid of all of what their character was before to become these new stalwarts in this afterlife. These champion angels now. But I think they actually have a quest line that touches on how this is kind of messed up. That their spirit comes here, but they have to get rid of all their memories and spirit, and essentially get rid of who they are, so that way the body and experience they had just carries on as this new being in this realm. Because I think Uther joins this side that's like fighting against them, like he's like a fallen spirit in this. So if they actually do follow through and have this interesting conflict of, these paladins and these people that fought their whole life to defend good, and it's like, okay, you got to wipe away who you are to become a mindless knight defending our section of the underworld. That could be an interesting idea, but like they haven't, we're only just getting the alpha data mines, so that's what it seems like from the little information we got. This could be a good idea, but it's like when we actually get the game, I believe fully the WoW writing team now will screw that up. Yeah, Paladin's challenging. Well, I mean, it's like one section afterlife, so it's not quite the Dominion of God, but yeah, it sounds like an interesting concept, but I feel like they're gonna screw it up. Like they're gonna end up being, oh no, Uther and all these other rebels are actually wrong. They're completely wrong. There's no shades of gray here. It's just black and white, good, evil, and you have to kill them all. You're a champion. You gotta fight them all. Watch my Let's Play of it. I don't even know if I'm gonna be I haven't played WoW in like 2 years. I'm thinking I might go back for Shadowlands because it looks interesting, but I honestly am not gonna jump on it like eagerly. If I play it, I play it. If I don't, well, in my opinion, nothing lost. A game's running out of ideas when they start exploring the metaphysical, like DDZ's God Forms of Dragon Ball God Forms Universe series. Possibly. I mean, Warcraft's dead when they take the joke of, like Kael'thas, what was it? The sun well was merely a setback, and when their main story is corruption and always bringing people back, when they focus the whole expansion on, hey, look, here's all these people in the afterlife we can talk to now. I think they're out of ideas. Like, to see what they come up with after Shadowlands will genuinely be interesting, because it's like in Cataclysm, they ran out of, Cataclysm, we finally spent all the characters we built up in Warcraft 1, 2, 3, and then in Vanilla WoW, we spent all of them. Because we finally ran out Deathwing and Thrall and all these other characters. And then, then they had Warlords of Draenor, where we went back in time to see all of the war chiefs, from Warcraft 1 and 2. And then we had Legion, where we brought Illidan back and delved into his story to prove he was right all along, and, his whole life was suffering, because it was unjust suffering, because he was actually right about everything. And then we have Battle for Azeroth building up Sylvanas as this major character, because everything focuses around Sylvanas now. And now we got Shadowlands, where it's like, okay, we're bringing back okay, we got Uther in one spot. We got, you know, all these other characters in these other zones. Arthas, he's in the mall. We might see a little bit of him coming up at some point. Which, they're gonna ruin Arthas if he shows up. They're gonna ruin the perfect story they had crafted for him through Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, maybe not perfect, but he had a pretty great story. They're gonna end up ruining a solid end he had if they visit him again in this afterlife. So, this is an expansion going back with all the characters they killed off. Mirror Worlds expansion. Oh god, like, we just start visiting alternate realities. Oh, let's visit a reality where Arthas was a paladin. He stayed good, and Uther was the one that fell to evil and became the Lich King. Oh, no. Now that I said it, it's gonna happen. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do, like, alternate universe. We'll have good Arthas and, like, you know, human Thrall and Orc Varian. You just swap those and stuff. Oh, God. It's gonna be a massive train wreck that'll be enjoyable to watch, but not fun to play. The Megalosaurus was a relative of the deer that lived during the Ice Age, long after the dinosaurs. It was also known as the Megalosaurus giganteus, which just means deer with large horns. True to their name, they were deer with antlers spanning roughly 10 feet across. Imagine the majesty. While smaller than many dinosaurs, they were nonetheless a very charismatic example of megafauna. My feathers, I can't help it. We already know it's gonna happen. Yeah. I mean, the only thing we can hope is, well, no, Activision and Blizzard aren't gonna die before that happens. They're not gonna run out of money. People are unfortunate. They always tell people, if you don't like the game, vote with your wallet. Don't buy it. But people always do. Call of Duty always sells big, so Activision gets money there. You know, even though everybody complained about Diablo Immortal, you know, that mobile game for Diablo, which they have been really quiet about. Who knows when that will come out? Probably 2021, probably next year. You know, when that comes out, people are going to play it. They're going to throw down hundreds of dollars into that game because you know it's going to be a pay-to-win gotcha game in the form of Diablo. Despite everybody complaining and downvoting and admonishing that game for killing Diablo, they're gonna eat it up. People are gonna eat it up because it's like people love to complain about the game companies ruining games, but then they go eat up the games anyways. It's a vicious cycle, and it's never gonna stop. You have to just focus on the companies that haven't ruined their game franchises. Those are the only ones that are gonna make good games. Or indie people actually thinking, hey, you know what, let's try this crazy story that might not work. Because, hey, at least it'll be interesting. Ah, the graceful ballerina of the Cretaceous, the iguanodon. When I say it was graceful, I mean by the, rather low bar set by other large herbivores. Apparently it would nimbly dodge the attacks of predators and fight back with its thumb claws. It could even walk on two legs when it wanted to. Truly, it was the most elegant and lithe of dinosaurs. My feathers, I can't help but get carried away when fossils are up for discussion. By the by, our collection is in need of an iguanodon skull. Alright, we only got like 3 fossils left. It's a very dark and profitable trait of humanity that we crave drama. I mean, yeah. Like, you can just look at any social media and see that immediately. It's very unfortunate. As herbivores go, Triceratops was unusually well equipped for combat. What? Its 3 horns and impressive bony frill probably helped it fight off predators like T-Rex. The frill may have also been involved in temperature regulation, or else in attracting mates. Does this all seem to you like virtually all distinctive dinosaur features were for body heat or attracting mates? My feathers, I can't help it get carried away. I mean, isn't that everything, Blathers? Just to regulate your temperature or attract mates? Alright. Last one. Oh. Tricer. Okay, cool. We got all of those done. Even if something's shit, we want to see how shit it is. Whole reason I endured Steven Universe. I still need to catch up on that. I stopped watching in like season 2. Maybe I'll start doing that. spent just start from the beginning and just watch a few hours of Steven Universe a day to finally catch up on that show and just to see how it truly turned out. And I'll have to find somewhere to watch Steven Universe Future. How was Future? Was that good or was that bad? Like, don't spoil me on the story. Just like, did it turn out well, or was it just like you could tell like, okay, yeah, they're just profiting off Steven Universe's fame and just kept it going for like another season? Where's the peacock, I say? Oh, the wings of the peacock butterfly may have a pattern similar to that of the beautiful bird, but its forewings are often covered in a dark, velvety hair. You heard it right. Hairy wings! A hair-raising revelation indeed. We're torturing this poor bird with bugs. Alright, tell me about this one. Oh, dare I say, ooh! The great purple emperor lives high in the treetops and is renowned for its pretty purple-hued wings. Its impressive bird-like wingspan and elusive nature had made it a favorite among butterfly aficionados. But truth be told, the so-called Great Purple Emperor has some not-so-great personal peculiarities. For one, it has 2 horrid horns upon its head when it is in its caterpillar form. For 2, it has been known to dine on feces and animal carcasses. Hoo! That's why I call it the Emperor of You. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, if you please, put away your Great Purple Emperor. Didn't watch Future. Couldn't stomach the first episode. I hear it's hit and miss. You know, that sounds about right. Because, I mean, what? They set up Steven Universe as, like, the end, and then the movie was, like, a nice little wrap-up. So then they come back with another, oh, hey, Steven Universe is back, but we time jumped. It really does come across as gonna be hit or miss. Host the Let's Watch on Twitch. If I wouldn't get copyright stricken for that, I probably would. Raj Brooks book, Birdwing. Did you know that the repulsive Raja Brook birdwing loves to luxuriate in hot springs water? It's true! Hoo! The males gather in groups to sip the moisture, while the females hide in jungle trees. And though they dress to impress in red and green, these fluttering fiends are not just stylish, they're also quite malicious. Their little larvae pack a poisonous punch that's supposed to protect them from predators. There's a lot of P's there. But I suspect more diabolical designs. So are the butterflies poisonous, or is it just the larvae? And that reminds me of like watching Tier Zoo. When they talk about the poison animals, and they always bring up that poison dart frog that's got enough poison to kill an elephant, but it has like literally nothing else going for it. Ooh, dare I say, ooh. Like, yeah, like it doesn't even secrete the poison. It only works if it's bitten or eaten, but since it's so small, a bite is basically killing it anyways. The Queen Alexandra's birdwing. Who? The horror! The behemoth butterfly may be called a Queen Alexandra's birdwing, but I call it the queen of my nightmares. It is huge, indeed, the world's hugest. No butterfly can best its foot-long wingspan. The larva alone can grow more than 4 inches. As if that weren't appalling enough, they're poisonous. He's crying in fright. Murderous monsters indeed. I think Steven Universe Future ended, right? Like, that's concluded. There's not going to be more than 1 season. Speaking of that, that's going to make me wonder how that Adventure Time HBO episodes are going to be. So what's that? They're going to have, like, 4 episodes that all focus on a separate character. Like, 1 for BMO, 1 for Marceline, 1 for Princess Bubblegum, and 1 for someone else. And that's going to be, like, set after the end of Adventure Time, which was a very disappointing ending. Like, dear God, Finn had nothing. Like, I haven't watched the last 2 seasons of Adventure Time, but I saw the finale, and man, Finn got the short end of the stick. Like, they literally had a moment shoving him aside, saying, no, this other person is what's gonna save the day. Like, God, Ah, yeah, Adventure Time. That's something else that could definitely take a whole stream just going off on. Is a Madagascan sunset moth. Do be careful and don't release it from its cage. The Madagascan sunset moth is said to be the most beautiful moth in the world, a sentiment even I can't deny. While most moths are nocturnal, this one flutters about during the day, making good use of the light. That is, when the daylight reflects off its wings, a kaleidoscope of colors is revealed. What? Blather's being happy about a bug? Oh, too bad it has such startling red feet as a caterpillar. I might have found it almost tolerable otherwise. See, he always has to focus on something bad. Almost, but not quite. So starting off the reboot of Adventure Time with more bullshit. Yeah. I was like, let me check to see what process that is. Because I remember that was like mentioned a while ago. Adventure Time Distant Lands. Yeah, that's what it was called. Adventure Time Distant Lands is the collective name for a 4-hour-long web television of specials. Oh, 4-hour-long specials based on Adventure Time. It'll be released on HBO Max starting June 25th, 2020. So less than a month we will get this. Okay, no, that's just... Okay, series follows adventures of Finn the human and his best friend Jake the dog. Live in an apocalyptic land of Ooh, where they interact with... Okay, this is just copy-paste from normal Adventure Time. Okay, yeah, episodes. 1, BMO. BMO Journeys to Space. Episode 2, Obsidian. Princess Bubblegum and Marceline the Vampire Queen meditate on their relationship while out on a mission. Oh wait, they actually confirmed that? They're actually in a relationship? Episode 3, Wizard City. Peppermint Butler goes to school to relearn magic. And episode 4, Together Again. A quest reunites Finn the human and Jake the dog. Okay, so 1 out of 4 episodes with this future sequel will involve Finn and Jake. The very last one will involve them. All the rest are focusing on other people. Pendleton just handed his cartoon over to a bunch of weirdos and who hated him. Oh man, I know that one. I got that picture of the guy who hated Finn. He only did it so they would think he was cool. Really? So Penn wore just like, did he step off to like? Was it to work on that other show? Well, no, was it? He had that other show, right? That was on Federer. I forget what the name of it was, but I think he was behind that, right? Like, did he step off Adventure Time to work on that, or was he just like, yeah, I don't feel like working on Adventure Time anymore. You guys take it. He's mostly concerned with getting along with everyone. Yeah, I could see that being a complication for a show. Of course, then you have like no other show that gets on Cartoon Network really has a chance. They Bravest Warriors, yeah, that's what it was. I mean, I hope it was to work on that at least, and not just dropping Adventure Time entirely. But yeah, like it seems no other show on Cartoon Network is really like living. Like whether it's Cartoon Network not giving them a chance, or is it just them not renewing stuff? Like Mao Mao, that show, I saw some episodes of that. That show looked good and was enjoyable to watch, but I heard that's not getting renewed, and then that got the classic Cartoon Network treatment of, we will play this entire show an episode a day in bomb format and then never play it again, really. Like they did that with that Scooby-Doo reboot, which, to be fair, was probably for the best. I mean, the show didn't look good. It was entertaining enough. They did that with Rabbit, that Looney Tunes reboot. They did that with the new Powerpuff Girls. Just play an episode a day, and then we're done with the show. We never play it again. But yeah, it's like... hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. He was helping another studio on it. Wasn't the main dude. He was jumping from one friend group to another to do something else. Bravest Warriors did not pump out enough episodes to violate his leaving. I remember I only watched Bravest Warriors when the 3DS had Nintendo Video, and they would put episodes of that on there. So I'd watch it on my 3DS on lunch breaks. It was an entertaining enough show, from what I remember. It was pretty slow with production, even as far as cartoons go. Ooh. It feels like a lot of shows had that. Wasn't there one cartoon that got, like, kickstarted? And that it took them, like, 6 years to actually put out the 10 episodes that they promised? Was it Bee and Puppy Cat, or am I thinking of a different one? I remember reading something, like, they kickstarted, they put out, like, 1 or 2 episodes, and then, like, they just went dead silent for, like, 5 or 6 years until they finally put out episodes because people were, like, wanting their money back. Ooh, don't let the mantis's angelic prose fool you, for it is truly monstrous. The mantis is known for its large size and tremendous strength, and for its sickle-like arms that pack a punch. And though they tend to eat bugs and spiders, mantises... I feel like that should be manti and not mantises. Mantises have been known to dine on small animals too. I've seen a picture of one impaling a bird with his claw. And those eerie eyes! Oh my, did you know it has 5 of them? 2 big ones and 3 small. I shall faint if I think on it further. I mean, that's actually a true thing. There is a picture of a mantis that just has a small bird impaled on its claw. Like, I think it's like a specific breed of, like, giant mantis that only lives in, like, South America or something. But still, it's crazy to see. Bravest Warriors was great. Loved it. Just say it was slow with production. Oh, I should give that, I should give it a watch then. Like an actual watch, and not just whatever assorted episode Nintendo felt like putting on my 3DS. Rebecca Sugar is also quoted saying she learned everything she knows about show running from Pendleton Ward. Ooh, so I guess I would say this probably explains a lot then with Steven Universe. Interviews with Pendleton, he would say he would invite people to his home for drawing parties so he could look cool. He discusses a lot of how he was nervous about getting along with people at first, and how he feels he tried to succeed in creating a fun work environment. So that does kind of sound like he would kind of compromise on parts of the show in order for the people to still like him. That's probably why you get shows that get some episodes that just completely contradict stuff like that. I don't know. It feels like just shows in general nowadays just seem to have that kind of feel of just going against everything that was set up. Like, man, I'm not gonna go on it because this I would really go on for if I started talking it deeply. But Doctor Who. Oh my god, like, ignoring everything else, ignoring everything about who the 13th Doctor is, ignoring all of that, to not go on any of that. The very last episode of this last season, of the most recent season, is just the biggest retcon that just wrecks everything about the show, everything that it stands for. 60 years of this show, it wrecks everything. They did that, and it's like, who thought it was a good idea to do this decision? I'm not gonna say what it is, because I'll just end up going on for hours about this, because it is just such a horrible decision. Love Doctor Who, but has serious plot holes. No, dude, have you kept up on any of the 13th Doctor, any of the recent Doctor? Ooh. I went past. Okay, well, we can just learn about it again. So I will say, if you haven't kept up with the 13th Doctor, like I said, the finale of the most recent season, the very last episode, they have, a reveal that you can tell they're doing in, we subverted expectations. We do this epic plot twist because that's the hip thing now, to have an epic plot twist. It is so baffling. So stupid. I don't know how anyone could have greenlit this idea, but it is the worst decision that I would say ruins the entirety of the entire show. It ruins the entire concept of Doctor Who. That is how bad it is. I watched up to the 12th. I haven't seen 12. For what I heard, I can't remember the guy's name. The super hip doctor that likes fish and custard. Oh, yeah, that's 11. I watched, I think, all but the last season of 11. 12 I didn't watch. I heard 12, it is unfortunate. The actor they got to play the 12th Doctor is really good, but the episodes and the writing aren't that great. Like, there's a good episode or good moments here and there, but they're very few for the level of actor they got. 11, he was all right. I hate the fish and custard thing, though. It was one comment joke at the first episode, but everybody, like, memes about it. And I remember one YouTube channel, Feast of Fiction, they did, we create fantasy food from TV shows. And they did an episode all about fish and custard. It's like, how do you create that? It's literally fish sticks you dip in pudding. There's nothing to make there. Because they even did, frozen fish sticks you buy from a store and instant pudding. It's like you're not even making fish sticks and pudding from scratch like, Binging with Babish would do whenever he does basic stuff. It's like, I hated it. It was so stupid. But yeah, 11 was all right. I know a lot of people say, that's when, it got ruined because Tumblr hopped on because, no, they say that with 10, but I think 11 probably had worse of like, that's the doctor, hop on, he's so dreamy and stuff. So hip. And then I remember hearing, people hated 12 because he was an old guy, and it's like, where's my hot doctor? And it's like, no. The orchid mantis is a bug whose brilliant colors and petal-shaped limbs give it the look of a flower. This masterful mimicry allows it to hide from predators among the orchids. But this fraudulent flower, it lures other insects in to drink its nectar, and makes a meal of them instead. Imagine to behold a beautiful bud, only to discover it's a bug instead. A repulsive revelation indeed. 13th Doctor is a woman. Yeah, I will say, inherently, there is nothing wrong with having a woman as a doctor. Because, people always do that, why is the doctor always a white guy? I will say, inherently, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, they did, I think, with 11 or 12, they had moments where, because they brought Gallifrey back, where it's like, they reveal, doctors can change gender when they regenerate, because, they go into a new body, so there is a chance they could change stuff. But, yeah, so there's nothing inherently wrong, but the first season of the 13th Doctor, they have episodes. It's just inconsistent. It's just an inconsistency with Time Lords, I guess, to throw that in, or just to establish it. I mean, I would say since there's episodes in the first season with 13 where it's like they go back to witch hunt times, and they spend a lot of the episode essentially having the now woman doctor styling on these people in medieval time, being like, yeah, I'm a woman, and I'm the smart one, I'm the leader, or like, they treat, she's this woman, she knows science, she's a witch. They spend like, so basically the episode of they're doing the witch hunt. It turns out a lot of the stuff that we explained from a witch hunt turns out to be because they disturbed this dead alien grave. So a lot of things happening they're blaming for witches, but no, it turns out to be this mud alien that they disturbed by building their town. So, you got interesting aspect there, but they spend a lot of the episode fighting about the gender in those times. So, I mean, I don't want to get on a rant, because especially this kind on here, because, so many people have done videos on this on YouTube already, because this, episode is probably a year or two old. But it's just like they spend most of the episode doing gender politics instead of focusing on, an alien in witch hunt times. So it's like, interesting concept, but they spend on the wrong thing. So it kind of does make it feel like they didn't do 13th Doctor as a woman, just so they could do stuff like that. But yeah, let's just not get too deep into there. I would say they kind of improved on the second season of actually doing actual episodes feeling like the Doctor, but overall, they they got better of not focusing on gender politics because they're like, oh, they basically got to a point of being, okay, people know the 13th Doctor's a woman now. We can write normal Doctor Who episodes. I think the greatest thing, though, in irony, is the fact that they, the show writer for the 13th Doctor, he's new. The show writer and the director, the head behind the seasons for the 13th Doctor is new. Like, it's not the guy from the 12th or any of the previous ones. It's a new guy completely. He was going on about how, the 13th Doctor, everything will be new. We won't bring anything back from the old Doctors. Then the ratings were horrible. For what reason, though? Can't we really say? So for the Christmas special, they bring back a Dalek. And then for all of the season, then for a good portion of the second season for the 13th Doctor, they're bringing back a lot of classic villains, a lot of classic aliens. So it's a bit of great irony that this guy was toting hard that, all new things, we'll have all new ideas, we won't ever bring back anything from the old Doctor Who. And then he realizes, oh no, nobody likes any of my new ideas. Quick, we gotta bring back the old stuff, because we gotta bring back the things people liked, because I have no good ideas. The Doctor is a British dreamboat from space that whisks women away from the mundanity of their troubled life to explore the troubles of the cosmos. Half the romance comes from the Doctor's filling this father figure role for these women. And you completely disrupt that by changing that. Wow, that's actually an interesting thought. That's actually an interesting take I haven't thought about. I haven't really seen brought up in videos I've seen talking about the Doctor. Ninth was my favorite Doctor, had this element of James Bond to him. I really enjoyed the Ninth Doctor. It's sad he only got one season, though from what I read, Eccleston left on his own terms because he didn't want to be typecast as the Doctor. He didn't want to be typecast to always be known as the Ninth Doctor. So it's unfortunate he didn't get to carry on more than that. But yeah, he was an amazing Doctor because he really did carry the kind of a guy who, because the Ninth Doctor was the one, the regeneration right after the Time War, so he did kind of carry that hardened, just really tough, semi no nonsense, but he could lighten up a bit now and then. I would say maybe that's for the best that he only got one season, because we had such a great season, such a great acting. Especially, what was it, the day the Doctor dances? Was that the one with the, the gas masks when they bring in the other guy? I forget who. He just has that moment. Oh, wow. We've been so long that the Switch is going to sleep. He just has that moment where he's like, just this once, everybody lives. And he's so happy that he's actually able to save everybody. But then Chris Harkness, there we go, that's the guy where they bring him in, and then he just has that momentary heart-crushing moment when Harkness flies off with the bomb, but then he saves him at the end too. That whole episode is amazing. It's so great, so well acted, so well put together. You don't really get anything of that with the 13th. Why do so many female nerds just lose it for Doctor Who? Oh, wait. Could be a romance novel for single moms. They will have to change a thing. That's probably why, people say, Doctor Who got really big with the 10th, because that's when Tumblr discovered it and people were losing their mind over it, and then hated 12 because he was an old guy. Ah, man. I kind of want to go back and watch some of the old... Man, I wish I watched more of Doctor Who when Twitch was... streaming all of the classic Who, from 1 to 8. I wish I watched more of that, but since they were playing it 24/7, there was, you can't stay up for 24 hours to watch every single episode. So it's there's a lot of it I missed, but I wish I would have watched more of it. Did you know it takes a team of honeybees working together to transform flower nectar into honey? Indeed, forager bees suck nectar from flowers into their honey stomachs and then fly it to the hive. Hive bees then chew the substance and spit it into the honeycomb. fluttering their wings to dry it out. Yes, you could say the honey is a tasty tribute to the hard work of the humble honeybee. Oh my. You must be confused by lengthy description for admiration. At the end of the day, honeybees are still insects, and thus ghastly. A wee bit less ghastly than most, I admit. He's tsundere for honeybees. Alright, let's get the ladybug. Let's have Doctor Who specials on the side too during holidays. Oh yeah, that could be fun. If we can find episodes online. I think that'll probably be the hardest thing of just finding episodes. It depends on how strict or lax the BBC is about those. Yes, ladybugs are quite beloved thanks to their tiny round shape and adorable spots. To that I say, bah! The fact of the matter is, some have stripes instead of spots, and some have no markings at all. No, I shall never understand why it is said when a ladybug lands on you, you'll have good luck. Well, Blathers, you just haven't watched JoJo Part 5. I mean, come on. I shall only have a fainting smell. Hey, now we can donate all of these. Alright, make a donation. Donate a whole inventory. Oh, I already had a Great Purple Emperor donated. Okay. Oh, right, yeah. I think I was keeping those so I could build get a statue from when Flick comes next time. All right, let's check our fossils since we gave all the fossils I got in storage because I want to see what we got. I want to see that big shrimp thing that they were talking about. The big flat shrimp that's got like the big bulgy eyes and stuff. Oh my god, look at this. We got all like these little things. Trilobite. Oh, it's Anorith, the Pokemon from Gen 3. I always loved that guy. Nice. Oh, look at that. We only got one missing solo fossil. Ooh. That's nice. I wonder how much more. I wonder with all the other fossils put in, how much more are we missing? Oh, we got that guy all finished. Look at this. We got all these finished fossils. This guy's missing his body. These guys are all good. This guy's missing a head. That guy is missing a body. The Velociraptor. Yeah, the T-Rex tail is still missing. Got those guys done. This guy done. Missing a body here. I think on the Brachiosaurus. He's all good. I don't know, as I say, it's supposed to go right there. Wow. I've only played this, what, 2 weeks and we almost got every fossil done? I feel like fossil hunting is supposed to take... Oh, wait, no, this guy's missing a head. This guy's missing a head and tail. This guy's missing a head. Got the deer done. I got a skull. Alright, but still, yeah, that's like, what? Probably 6 or 7 fossils missing? I feel like 2 weeks. I feel like fossil hunting should be a lot longer than that. Of course, then again, we have gotten probably like at least a dozen fossils from the Mystery Islands. So you know that's like that's probably sped up the process quite a bit. All right, so we got a few bugs left at the house to store. So we'll go grab those. Yeah, the thing with Doctor Who too is I missed most of the most of the second season of 13. But it's just kind of a fort. Someone see me? I heard the ping. Oh, I just love how they'll sing. Just so nice. Oh, I have things I can sell. It's like I missed a lot of the second season for 13, but the ones I saw are just like the most stupid like plot twists and reveals. It's really kind of disappointing. Okay, we're saving the orchid manti. We got the fly, the chub, the trout, nibblefish, the beta, and the tetra. I'll put the Emperor back. Oh, one episode for the 13th I remember being really bad. So they have an episode where they get it's like, okay, they got this this ticket to a spa resort, like this cool futuristic, you know, space spa resort. They go there. You know, it's all nice and stuff. It's looking good. Turns out they're in a dome. There's a wall that's like a fake projection of the world around them. And it turns out the whole world is desolate and ruined, except for where the hotel is. Like, it's like, you know, a terraformed bubble. And it's like, oh, it turns out the hotel is actually a business, so that way these scientists can make money to research and afford the process to bring this planet back to life, like revitalize the planet, because it's it's uninhabitable. But they set up a dome, and they got that dome terraformed, so they turned it into a luxury hotel. So, you know, that way they get income coming in to fund the research and the fund, you know, the experiments it would take to terraform the entire planet to make it livable again. It turns out mutants are on the outside, and they break into the dome, so it causes this whole thing of, oh, the doctor and the companions have to get the people visiting the hotel and, like, get them through and try to save them and stuff. And then, oh, big reveal, it turns out this planet was Earth all along, and we ruined it with the pollution and global warming. And, you know, they make this, you know, the doctor goes on a little tirade of, like, oh, you know, or no, they revealed that, oh, the elites, you know, the rich people just moved off the Earth and left the Earth to just burn in its pollution, global warming and stuff. But then, like, when they say, oh, but then the doctor goes on a tirade of, like, you know, how dare you make a business? How dare you use that to fund your own selfish needs and, you know, take advantage of this? And it's like, wait, hold on. These people are setting up the hotel so they can bring the Earth back to life. These people are trying to fix Earth and make it good again. But they make a tirade about it of, like, oh, you're making a business? You're setting up a business here to make money? Like, yeah, it's like that. How dare you make money to feed your family? It's like that. It's like, how dare you set up this business so you can afford money to heal an entire planet? Like, how dare you have the nerve to fix Earth? It's like, what's the message you're trying to send here, writers? Are you trying to say it's bad for humanity? Like, you're saying it's bad, oh, humanity killed ourselves because of pollution. But then you're saying it's bad to use capitalism to fix it in a way? Or bad that somebody would try to fix it, but they need money to do so? It's like baffling. I don't get what the point of that... Like, especially because the doctor's just going on a tirade against these scientists. Like, after revealing they're trying to fix Earth. Like, it's... I don't get it. Especially, too, because, like, when you look back at older episodes, like, at 10 or 11, or even 9... whenever it comes up, the doctor, like, brings the companions and they happen to find a future Earth or Earth way in the future. Even, like, when it's like, oh, like, when the 10th Doctor brought Rose to the future, you know, on the second episode. And he's like, here's Earth, 4 billion years in the future when the sun explodes and destroys the Earth. They still talk about, oh, yeah, humanity, this is, you know, humans, you have this great empire, you were amazing, you're these amazing, beautiful creatures that do amazing things. And even when they say, it's like, oh yeah, the sun's gonna blow up the Earth, it's like, no, this is well after the fourth great and bountiful human empire, you know. Yeah, it's sad the Earth is getting destroyed, but you humans have managed to spread across the solar system and just create all of this amazingness throughout the universe. It's like, always, the Doctor has always been, showing the future of Earth has always been, you know, you humans are amazing, you're doing all these great things. 13th Doctor, how dare you humans try to fix Earth when you ruined it and the Earth is this desolate place because you guys screwed it up. It's like, wait a minute, what's this? It's like Doctor Who always had this subtle message of humanity is great and has amazing potential, but now, no, you're saying you guys suck, you ruin everything. It's like, it's just so much tonal whiplash with this show. With the 13th one, I don't get it. Woohoo, indeed! What a splendid pale chub! That's what she said. The pale chub is a river fish with simple black and silver coloring. Interestingly, the male's coloring becomes most vibrant when he's trying to attract a mate. Though normally plain, these fellows really know how to look stylish when they want to. Perhaps I could learn a thing or two from the pale chub. Such a funny name you can work with. Alright, golden trout. Woohoo, indeed! A splendid golden trout. The golden trout is a beautifully colored fish that can only live in very clean waters. They're difficult to come across, since they are found only in high mountain streams. As a side note, I find it much easier to appreciate fish that aren't such prima donnas about everything. We have this item on display in the oh, okay, sorry, I do have one of these. Alright, that's the one I'm saving to make into a fish statue when CJ comes around. Alright, nibblefish. Oh, indeed! Nibblefish are best known for the use in a certain skin treatment. This treatment has apparently been used for thousands of years. I have never experienced said treatment, because they eat your dead skin with their little toothless mouths. Can you imagine anything so repellent? Please don't ask me any follow-up questions. Who? I remember there's an episode of Victorious about this. Like they're going this crazy, like it's just like a side B plot of how there's just this crazy treatment where these fish eat away at your feet and make them silky smooth. What a splendid betta. The betta has long fins and beautiful coloring. It's a tropical fish popular in decorative aquariums. They're very territorial and will fight to complete exhaustion, so aquarists must keep them carefully. Rarely do such beauty and violence commingle outside the rowdiest of sunset viewing parties. Yeah, I remember that because we've had, my family's had a lot of bettas as pets over the years. And you have to keep them separate because if you get two betta males in a tank together, they will fight each other, like, to the death. And, like, when you go to a fish store and you see bettas, they're never in the tanks. They're always in separate individual, like, plastic tubs. Just, like, lined and stacked around each other. Ooh, wonderful! The neon tetra is truly a marvel in the tropical fish world. Just look how tiny it is, and how very filled with neon. I imagine this environment must be just as flashy as it is for it to have such developed colors. I wonder how flashy I might be had I been raised somewhere even half as vibrant. We are sorely lacking in neon tetra. Oh, Blathers, you don't need to worry about being colorful. I mean, your feather pattern made a plaid vest on your stomach. I mean, that's a crazy thing to think of right there. Alright, give him a fly. Oh, a fly! Why'd you bring that in here? Those are horrible to get rid of. You can never catch them. The foul fly is quite the disquieting creature, I tell you. It tastes its food with its feet. Yup. In fact, when flies rub their legs together, they do so to get rid of debris blocking their taste receptors. Oh, is that why they rub their feet together? And they always like do that, and they always look like they're like doing a menacing hand rub, like Mr. Burns planning something evil. And did you know their hairy toes release a sticky goo so they can walk on any surface, even your ceiling? This gross goo gets on your food too. Man. So two things I want to say about flies. One, I have weird issues with flies at our house. Because these flies apparently, like, don't want to fly. They'll just congregate on windows, and, like, if you try to swat or try to push them, they won't fly. They'll just walk to the side. It's like these flies forgot how to fly. And the second thing, now this is going to be, like, a wild off reference for, you know, probably anybody. But there was this old cartoon that was on ABC back. It's like an old Disney cartoon that was back on ABC when they played weekend cartoons back when public television had that, called Lloyd in Space. It was basically, you know, a show about aliens on a space station. And, you know, there's like one human that was like the friend. Like Lloyd was an alien and like he had a best friend human and stuff. And there was other aliens and stuff and they had crazy things. But there was one episode where there was this fly alien that was the new kid at school. And, you know, the kid, you know, he's kind of like an outcast, kind of bullied a little bit. So, you know, Lloyd and the main cast befriend him and stuff. I don't know why I'm running here. I guess we're just going to look at all of the bugs we got. So he's an outcast, and he, you know, so they, like, go over and they befriend him, because, you know, he's, like, sits alone at lunch. He's kind of a nerd and stuff. They're talking to him. And then, you know, it turns out the way he eats is, like, a way a fly eats. Like, you know, it pukes up, like, stomach acid on the food to dissolve it, and then it, you know, slurps up the dissolved food that it made. So, you know, they find him it's like, oh, yeah, dude, don't worry, we got you hooked up. They get a janitor's closet so he has a private place to eat, so he doesn't have to, like, be embarrassed and look like even more of a weirdo in public. So, you know, they become best friends. Then, like, a few days later, he ends up going from, like, you know, like a 3-foot tall, like, you know, second grader looking kind of nerd fly to this, like, 7'8" pure jock alpha male football player fly, and just totally, just like totally gives him the cold shoulder after that, because, you know, he's popular, he's hanging out with all the jock kids and stuff and doing all that. So, you know, they don't like that because, you know, they helped him out, they were best buds, and then he just totally leaves them in the dust because he just became, you know, he became a Chad overnight, basically. So they end up sabotaging him by telling everybody, hey, look at this, and they open the janitor closet door. There's the oarfish. Open the janitor closet door during lunch so everybody sees, you know, him, you know, puking the stomach acid on the food to eat it, so that ruins his popularity. And then, you know, the day after that, he ends up not showing up to school, and they think, oh god, we, like, bullied him and kicked him out of the school when he was the new kid. How could we do that? We're such horrible beings. And then, like, you know, two or 3 days later, they see him again, but he's, like, a grown adult in a business suit and all that stuff, and they're like, oh god, we're sorry, you know, we didn't mean to, like, you know, kick out of school and stuff or whatever. He's like, oh, don't worry about that. I didn't leave school out of shame or whatever. I'm an adult now. My species just grows up that fast. And it was just, like, the craziest episode, just because it's, like, you know, every alien, you know, despite how weird they are, the show is, like, you know, still acts like a normal person, but then you got this alien fly. It's like, oh yeah, I just went from, like, 8 to 18 to 38 over the course of a week. I mean, when you think about it, like, you know, that's how bugs actually are, you know, like, you got fruit flies that live for 24 hours and then they die. Like, that's just a crazy thing to think about. Just imagine if your life was like that. You only live for, like, a few short days or something. Like, that's just a baffling thing. I mean, it's good humans don't have that, but man, that's a horrible existence. Okay, so I'm going to be spending today island hopping to find my 10th last villager. So I have 2 tickets left over from my island hopping last night. So we are going to, we're going to run those. Oh, look at the 2 horses. They're singing together. How nice. The dark horse and the zebra. So yeah, we're gonna run those 2 tickets, and then I'll end the stream there. Oh, Khazard, hello. This is the construction consultation counter. How may I help you? What should I do? Yes, that is the question. I can't think of any more advice to give you, Khazard. You've accomplished so much. I'm sure you can find your own ways of having fun and living your best life. Alright, so we got all the main stuff done. So we got KK Slider coming tomorrow. So that'll be fun. We get to concert, and then, I wonder what's after that in the story. Alright, so you prep some land for selling. Give you a small fee of 10,000 bells. That'll be 10,000. Thank you very much. Just hand over the housing kit, and use it when you find a good location. Okay. So we're gonna put that up on the cliff where Savannah used to be, because she is, since I moved her down to the main town. So we're using the cliffs for house storage. Oh, they're harmonizing too. That's really a great moment. God, stop running to the right. I hate this stick. I need new Joy-Cons, that's what I need. Got a tiger beetle. Okay. No distractions. We're gonna run up, put the house down, and then check islands. I mean, hopefully I'll get good luck. I mean, we got Roscoe, I really like him, and we got Sterling, I really like him. Sounds like I got cool. I like that the villagers have unique house looks too. Like he's just got like a cool looking house. He's got like, well, I mean his is kind of plain, but it's all dark, aesthetic looking. You know, it just adds like a nice little variance. Let me imagine what this plot's gonna look like. All right. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna take out any space anywhere or anything. Yeah, I picked a spot for a home to be built. And now we shall... Oh, wait, full vault. Ladder. So we'll head back. So all my flowers are still counted as watered? Yep. That was nice, that range. So now I don't have to worry about watering every single plant. Love gold, since I replanted that. I just want to make sure. Yeah, we'll just water that, just to be safe. Oh, I saw the sparkle, so it is watered. We can get a little field of gold to go with our blue, black, and purple. Oh wait, I didn't check the clothing shop. I won't buy anything yet. I'll do that late off stream. But let's just check what they got. See if they have anything nice. New little designs to get. Maybe I can get a third mask. Go with my Bane face and Masquerade eyes. I'll see if the crown pops up again, now that I got a million bells. Okay, what we got? We got cheerleader outfit, we got like a plain white shirt, we got a tiki skirt, musketeer hat, and Harry Potter glasses, and then some shoes. Sorry, I kind of have to focus on this so I don't wreck it. Hey, Mabes, could you help the customer, please? Okay, so it seems like she might be warming up a little. Oh, hey, sorry about that. When Sable gets really focused, she gets a little, you know, prickly. No talking, only sewing. That's one thing I really liked about the older Animal Crossings, is the more time you spend at the Able Sisters, the more Sable warms up to you. Like, I don't know, that's just a thing. I think in Harvest Moon, the GameCube game, there's one character that, you know, kind of acts like really put-offish, like, you know, how'd she act? Wasn't shy like that, but it's just like, you know, put-offish, doesn't really want to, like, deal with other people and stuff, kind of like a loner type. But as you talk to her more and you build up the relationship, she warms up to you. And that's just a character type I really like. Or just like a character interaction. I really enjoy in games where you just get a character that like warms up to you because you actually get interactions in. I wonder if that would classify as my first like video game crush as a kid, because I remember like, you know, because in the GameCube Animal Crossing game, it's one of the, I think the only, no, the Harvest Moon Animal Crossing game. It's the only Harvest Moon that actually has a story and an ending. Because, it, like, you have to get married within a year in the game. Otherwise, it's like, actual game over. Like, you have to start a new save file because you didn't get married, you didn't carry on the farm and stuff. Who's this? Zell. Well, hello there. Bet you didn't expect to meet someone like me in a place like this. Oh, hey! A goat with a fedora. Hey, Verb, look, it's Shay. Oh, it's a deer. Ah, dang it, that ruins the joke. Name's Zell. I'm a deer about town, or in this case, about islands. You must be a Trana. Must be Khazard from Trana, right? Probably stick together, don't you think? Nah. I don't need deer. Oh, what was I saying? Completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I think that character in Harvest Moon for the GameCube. I don't know if it had a suffix or not. I can't remember. Yeah, so close. So close to Shay, but so far. There is a character in here called Sherb. That's a goat. And Vigil's gone on how that's basically his Shay insert, and he's trying to dress him up like Shay. You should ask him more about that verb. But so the GameCube Harvest Moon, you have to get married. It actually follows a story, and there actually is an ending, unlike every other one that kind of just goes on forever. And yeah, I remember as a kid, like, I met that character. I can't remember what her name is. All I know is, like, she was, like, a redhead, and if you don't actually become, like, just acquaintances with her after a short period of time, she'll, like, leave the town forever, and you'll never see the character again. I remember actually really, wanting to get that character. So I think maybe that would probably be the first video game crush I will have ever had as a kid. Shay deserves love. Yeah, ask Vigil about it, because I remember you saying the other day he tried to make a custom, like robe for the character, but when he put it on, it just became a dress. Which, honestly, is kind of funny, considering Shay. Maybe Vigil can get you a picture of him or something. Alright, I'm not going to cut down the bamboo, because cutting down bamboo here takes, like, forever. Because there's so much of it. I also got plenty of bamboo. I got my own bamboo grove already. I'm just gonna collect the rocks. No! Get that chance for gold. Alright. You fix this drift. Feels like it jumped from one Joy-Con to the other. So I guess these two little island hops will go pretty quick. Oh, snail. Rolled away. I already caught one of them, though. I like if I got... No! God, why? Yeah, I need to collect a lot of gold. I need 30 gold to build that Gundam recipe. I think I got 17 now, so we're actually not too far off. Then the only thing after that will be getting the rusted parts and then the rocket, wherever I get that from. And his bamboo shoots, though. These are things I definitely need to collect. Oh, these are probably what grows the bamboo trees. To begin with. Oh my... Great. I'm like at a point where I just can't leave the stick idle, otherwise it turns to the right. Okay, see, I turn to the right, but I don't keep moving, so it's... I don't understand it. There. Okay. I feel like I have to do a few right inputs. Oh, no, a few left inputs. Right, let's get my directions messed up. A few left inputs, and it kind of fixes it. Alright, well, I guess this will be... Oh. Well, there goes that shovel. Good thing I got an extra. Yeah, because the past 2 days, I was doing a ton of island hopping. And I was collecting everything. Cutting every tree. Collecting every weed. Hitting every rock. Just so I could farm materials and also collect the achievements. Because there was like a achievement for selling 3,000 weeds. And the islands only have, on average, 70-ish when you pick them all. So that took a lot of islands, because I was only at 1,000. From, just cleaning up my own natural island and then doing the, scripted island visits the game gives you. Alright, I want to fly. I want to use my last ticket. Alright, paperwork. Yeah, use the ticket. Just fly off. Yes, there's like 4 villagers specifically I want to get. But since you can use amiibos for the campsite, I can switch them easily. The thing is getting a villager from the amiibo takes 3 days. Because you have to warm them up, because Nintendo is like, okay, you got the amiibo card of the character because you're a crazy person who actually bought amiibo. Or who actually bought the amiibo cards, rather. But we're not going to give you the villager that easily. You still got to, like, talk to them for 3 days in a row. And then they'll decide to move over. So, I'm going to be doing that. I'll be streaming this tomorrow. So we can get the KK concert. And then depending... What do we got here? Ah, squirrel. Blair. I don't believe we've met. I'm Blair. And you are? What a lovely name you have there, Khazard. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, if you're ever looking for a friendly face during your island vacation, you know where to find me. Okay. Well, we don't want her. That's not one of the villagers I want. So yeah, depending on what we get after KK, because that was our big story thing. I mean, I'm surprised I got it so easily. I have done literally nothing with my island to improve the rating, aside from putting flowers down. Like, I checked up the island evaluation guide, and it says, you know, you only need 9+ villagers. Like, you only need a villager restriction, basically, for... what do you call it? For the level 4 out of 5. Because the game gives you 6 or 7 villagers just by playing through. You know, you get two... Yeah, you get 2 villagers to start with. You build houses for 3, and then you get 1 forced in from the campsite. So you get the villager requirement for the first 3 levels, just by story. So you only have to recruit more people for 4. So I'm surprised that probably planting those flower gardens to get, you know, my hybrids pushed my rating up to get to 3. I mean, for the longest time, it was 1, but that's just because I had, like, a massive pile of just 15 pieces of trash all over. Because you could only get flies in this game when they form around trash. So I guess maybe that kept my rating down, because, you know, that's not going to look good, having trash all over your island. So I guess cleaning that up and planting all those flowers just boosted my rating from 1 to 3 without even trying. I guess maybe that table I put out in front of the shop, because, you know, they're saying, you know, put stuff out, make furniture, put it out everywhere. Hey, why am I chopping the tree? I don't need wood. I don't want to grab wood right now. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to leave that. We're going to be a rebel. We're not going to pick up the wood we just cut down. So yeah, we're just going to check the trees for our furniture. There's always a furniture tree and a leaf tree. Yeah, it's like, once you get all the weeds, like, once you get the weed achievement... Nice. Weed achievement. Like, once you get that out of the way, the only thing on an island to really do... Yep, see, there's the bees. You always get one of those guaranteed. It's like, the only thing you have for an island is check the blank trees for... Because there's going to be 1 furniture in one of them, and then 1 bee in one of them. So there's like 3,000 bells minimum. And, yeah, see, look, here's the furniture. An old-fashioned alarm clock, okay. So you get 1 furniture that could potentially be a good amount of money. And then you get a bee and the hive, which is 3K together. And then you just got collecting your fruit and stuff. And that's basically it. That's the only thing on islands, because you don't need to collect flowers unless you get the hybrid flower island. You don't need to collect weeds unless you really need that achievement, or you need weeds for the few crafting recipes. So they become really quick to just knock off. Just, you know, go in, check, 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 leave. Oh wait, is this a trash island? I've noticed when these water bugs spawn, there's a very higher chance of it also being a trash island. So if it is, I need a boot. So make some recipes. It is not. Yeah, because you have a chance of these islands being trash islands where the only thing you fish up is trash. How a deserted island that no one's ever been on become only trash? Who knows? Maybe that's why Nook is selling vacations everywhere. Because he get them real cheap. Oh yeah, that also, I guess, hitting the rocks to get a chance of gold ore. Because you only get those with rocks, and then they're very limited on your own home island. There you go, get that, so I got a little nook to sit in. Then we smack this rock around. Knocking millipedes all out over the place. Ah, no gold. Oh well. Well, we got a moth. That's nice. Moths are always good. Shame we didn't get a cool villager in these 2 tickets. I mean, I'm not too worried, because I got, like, show it, 60,000. So that's 30 Nook Mile tickets I can buy from the shop. That's 30 islands I can check myself. But, you know, it just would have been kind of cool to get a villager. A cool villager on one of the islands. But, hey. You can't always get them on the first try. I think it took me 15 islands checking to get Sterling. And Roscoe, you know, I didn't even know that guy was in the game. I just stumbled across him, like, oh, edgy horse? I gotta have that. Alright, so yeah, we'll end it here while we fly back to our home island. Stream this tomorrow. I don't know when KK Slider shows up. So I don't know if I could stream this in the morning, if I'll have to stream it in the evening just to have KK around. But aside from that, probably, since depending on how the stories goes, we might make Animal Crossing every so often stream rather than every day like I have been, well, until my little break. But either way, yeah, this is good. We got progress. We got our concert to look forward to tomorrow. So stick around for that, guys. Mark your calendars for that. And I will see you tomorrow then. Have a good evening and rest of your day.